Hello and welcome, softball fans, to the Peeler Complex for today's matchup between Georgia College and Augusta University. I'm Andrew Rochford. We'll be here for a doubleheader today as Georgia College will be facing off against Augusta. Georgia College 31-11 overall on the season, 12-2 in the Peach Belt Conference. Augusta University 17-31 and 8-10 in the Peach Belt Conference. As it looks like the final warm-up pitch is underway, and we're about to start off with a game of softball. For Georgia College, Jessie Morris on the mound. 9-1 overall on the season. This will be her 14th appearance and 9th game started. She has a 9-1 record with 5 complete games and almost 60 innings pitched. She's given up 20 runs, 60 strikeouts, and 20 walks, with opponents hitting .249 against her. She'll be facing off against the Augusta shortstop Auburn Balcorda. As Morris toes the rubber, and we'll be getting underway. As the first pitch is in there, taken for a called strike. Balcorda batting .275 on the season. This is her 49th game played and 49th game started. Has 3 home runs and 14 RBIs. As the 0-1 pitch is taken for a ball. Balcorda, Stokes, and Edwards will be the first 3 hitters for Augusta. As the 1-1 delivery is taken high and outside for ball 2. Georgia College sporting camo today is Military Appreciation Day out here at the Peeler Complex. As 2-1 is in on the fist, and Howell unable to track it down, and the count goes to 2-2. So just want to thank all those serving in past or present. Thank you all for your service, as that's what we're celebrating out here today at the Peeler Complex. Morris's 2-2 delivery in there for called strike 3. Nice pitch right on the inside corner. And there's 1 up and 1 down here in the top of the first. That'll bring the center fielder Lindsey Stokes up to the plate.
Yeah. I think they're right after each other in the line of 2, 4, and 5. Yeah, 4 and 5.
And the first pitch in there for a strike. Stokes a .240 hitter on the season. This is her 49th game played and 49th game started. No home runs and a second on the team with 23 RBIs. Batting from the left side. Takes a swing and fouls it one straight back. And she's quickly behind 0-2. Morris's 0-2 delivery in the right-handed batter's box for ball 1. And the 1-2 off-speed pitch grounded over there to first. Davis takes it to the bag for the easy put out. And 2 up, 2 down here in the top of the first inning.
Now batting, number 11, Carolyn Edwards.
First baseman Carolyn Edwards will step into the right-handed batter's box.
They're not working in the laptop?
I haven't put it in yet. I don't want to make a big noise.
Oh, we'll just take the volume down.
Yeah.
You're not playing music right now until we...
First pitch in there on the inside corner for a called strike. Carolyn Edwards, a team-leading .331 batting average. In her 49th game played, she has tied for the team lead with 3 home runs and also the team leader with 26 RBIs. She takes a swing at the 0-1 offering, and she's behind 0-2. O2 pitch, a little up and out. 4-1. Home plate umpire checking with the field umpire, see if she went around. She did not. And we'll have a 1-2 pitch coming up. Edwards squaring around the bunt, but pulls back and hits that one to short. Coy up with the throw and makes a great play for the out. So 1-2-3 top of the first inning for the Bobcats. And we'll stay on in between innings to go through the starting lineup for Georgia College. The lady that just made that play over at short, Amber Coy, will be batting leadoff. Batting second will be the right fielder, Sarah Couch. Batting third will be the center fielder, Caroline Snyder. Fourth will be the left fielder, Holland Corsi, followed by the designated player, Hannah Corsi. Batting sixth will be the catcher, Haley Howell. Batting seventh will be the third baseman, Lindley Bruce. Batting eighth will be the first baseman, Caitlin Davis. And rounding it out, batting ninth will be the second baseman, Sutton Long. So the Bobcat hitters will be facing off against Jada Jackson. Jackson with a 6.40 ERA on the season. This will be her 21st appearance and 5th game started. This will be her 21st appearance and 5th game started. She has a 2-5 record. In 58 innings pitched, she's given up 98 hits, 67 runs, 24 walks, and has 34 strikeouts, with hitters batting .367 against her. As the warm-up pitches are coming to an end, and Amber Coy will be stepping in to the batter's box here in the bottom half of the first inning.
Now batting, number 10, Amber Coy.
This is Coy's 43rd game played in and 43rd game started. As she squares around the bunt and pulls back for ball 1. Coy batting .366 on the season, good enough for third on the team. As she takes a look at ball 2. Has 2 home runs and 31 RBIs on the season. And the 2-0 delivery is low. And the count goes to 3-0. So Jackson struggling with her command early. And a 4-pitch walk. So not the way Jackson envisioned her start going. As 4 straight balls, and the leadoff runner for the Bobcats is on base.
Now batting, number 20, Sarah Couch.
That'll bring the right fielder Sarah Couch up to the plate. And Couch takes a look at strike 1. Couch batting .418 on the season. Her 35th game played and 33rd game started. No home runs and 16 RBIs on the season. She squares around a bunt, pulls back, and the pitch is called a strike. So after four straight balls, Jackson responds with 2 straight strikes, and Couch is going to have to protect here down 0-2. As that offering is low for ball 1. 1-2 offering slapped into left field. But Gabriel able to make the catch out there for out number 1. So a nice piece of hitting by Couch, but ended up going right to the left fielder Gabriel for out number 1.
Number 27, Caroline Snyder.
That'll bring the center fielder Caroline Snyder up to the plate.
She's working the bingo cards?
And that first pitch is fouled to the left side. Snyder batting .402 on the season, good for second on the team. No home runs and 29 RBIs, which is also good for second. As she takes a look at ball 1. Bobcats looking to take an early lead in this ball game after a leadoff walk to start off the game. Off-speed pitch in there for a called strike. And Snyder's behind 1-2. One-two offering slapped into left field. Gabriel unable to come up with it. And that's going to be an opposite field single for Caroline Snyder. And that'll bring the left fielder Holland Corsi up to the plate for the Bobcats. As the one's in on the fist, grounded to short, and unable to come up with it. Coy's coming home, and there won't be a throw. And Corsi able to advance to second. So one in on the fists of Corsi, grounded out to short. But ball Corda unable to come up with it, and that's going to be an E6. And a run scored for the Bobcats. So an early 1-0 lead for the Bobcats with Hannah Corsi coming up to the plate as she takes a look at strike 1. One offering low and in for ball 1. Hannah Corsi batting .333 on the season with 2 home runs and 19 RBIs. She squares around a bunt, bunts it back to Jackson on the mound as no one can advance. She flips it to home plate, and everybody's safe. And Augusta's going to grab the whole infield in for a mound meeting. As the Bobcats are still threatening here, already have 1 run across. Looking to add some more. So bases full of Bobcats as the catcher Haley Howell steps up to the plate. Howell takes a big whiff at the first pitch for strike 1. Haley batting .290 on the season in her 37th game played. She has 1 home run and 23 RBIs. As the 0-1 pitch is taken outside for ball 1. So just 1 hit so far in the inning, but 1 run across and bases full of Bobcats. As Howell takes the 1-1 pitch for ball 2. one's grounded to short. Unable to come up with it cleanly, and everyone will be safe. So we're going to give another error on the shortstop, Balcorda. It's going to be her second on the inning, and it's going to lead to another run coming across for the Bobcats. So Snyder able to come home for the second run in the inning for the Bobcats. And the base loaded for Lindley Bruce as she takes a look at strike one. Able to slap that 0-1 offering down the right field line, but foul. And Bruce is behind 0-2. Oh, 2 pitch, just a little bit out. So the Bobcats have 2 runs on just 1 hit so far this inning, is 2 errors by the shortstop, Balcorda. And that one skied out to center. This one's going to bring a run home. Tagging from second and third and advancing are both Corsies. The throw gets away. And Howell's able to advance to second. So the sacrifice fly for Lindley Bruce gets the third run across for the Bobcats. That's Bruce's third sacrifice fly on the season. And her 10th RBI. That'll bring Caitlin Davis up to the plate as she takes a look at strike one. Davis takes a cut at the offering and misses. And she's behind 0-2. So a couple of Bobcat hitters getting behind 0-2 after the 4-pitch walk to start out for Coy. 0-2 offering way outside for ball one. And that one skied out to left field, but Gabriel able to track it down for out number 3. So a walk, a single, an error, a fielder's choice, another error, and a sacrifice fly brings across 3 runs for the Bobcats on 1 hit with 3 errors in the inning. We'll head to the top half of the second inning with the Bobcats holding a 3-0 lead here on the Bobcat Broadcast Network. Four, 5, 6 hitters coming up for Augusta. Boyd, Connor, and Houseman will be the first 3 hitters, as the Bobcats get 3 runs across in the first inning to take an early 3-0 lead.
And a rather eventful first inning. A little bit sloppy on the Jaguars side. Hopefully they can shore things up there a little bit, but Stakes Jessie Morris with a lead, and the way she's been going as of late, this might be about all she needs. She's thrown a couple of shutouts there in the last month or so, and has been one of our sharper pitchers.
Yeah, Jessie only a freshman, but has really proven to be the ace of the squad as this first pitch is fouled over. And Sudden Long able to make the play in foul territory for out number 1.
Long had to cover a lot of ground there coming from her second base spot, and that was not hit very high in the air, so she didn't have much time to get over there. She just barely did on a basket catch.
So 1 pitch, 1 out, and that'll bring Kendall Connor, the designated player, up to the plate. As the first pitch is high for ball 1.
I got Connor hitting 238. She's got 13 runs scored, a couple of home runs, 16 RBI. So a little bit of pop down here in the lower portion of the order.
Morris's 1-0 delivery misses for ball 2. And she's behind 2-0.
Talk about the sharpness of Morris. She has been particularly good here at the Peeler Complex. 6-0 with a 1.81 ERA over 8 appearances.
Not too shabby.
Yeah, that'll get the job done.
As a 2-0 delivery is in there for a called strike. And the count goes to 2-1.
Augusta fighting for their playoff lives here. They are if the season were to end today, they would be the 6th seed.
So 2-1 pitch is low for ball 3.
Got a Peach Belt Conference mark of 8 and 10. It's kind of the haves and have-nots as far as softball goes. The top 4 teams very strong with all double-digit wins, and then after that, all sub-500 records.
As the 3-1 pitch is in there for a called strike, and the count will run full. Yeah, Georgia College right now sitting as the 2 seed with a 12-2 record in the Peach Belt Conference. Sitting behind North Georgia, the 13-1 record.
Yeah, going to be quite as that one fouled off there, going to be quite a showdown later this week. Got a trip up there. I believe it's Wednesday. Yeah, there it is, Wednesday at 4 o'clock. We're going up to Dahlonega for a showdown. Top 2 teams in the conference, 2 nationally ranked teams as well. We're 25th, and North Georgia 2nd in the nation right now, as they've only lost 2 ball games all year long.
47-2. That's quite an impressive record.
Yeah, they've been so strong for years and years. Multiple championships. They do have a national championship to their credit as well. I mean, just outstanding softball squad there. Looking forward to those matchups.
As 3-2 pitch is low for ball 4. So a 1-out walk for Morris. And that'll bring the third baseman, Lydia Hausman, up to the plate.
Number 9, Lydia Hausman.
Let's see what we got on Hausman. 264 batting average. Starting her 45th ball game. She's seen a lot of action. 17 runs scored, a couple of home runs, 19 RBI. Those 19 ribbies, about 3rd on the team.
As that one in on the fist, but able to push it out there to right field for a single. So it looked like a pretty good pitch there by Morris.
Yeah, nice piece of hitting there. You know, just kind of took that pitch where it was on the outside half and sprayed it out that way. Put enough on it to get it up over the infield and drop it into right field. They got, something happening here. The Jaguars with back-to-back base runners.
And that'll bring the right fielder, Marnie Greenstein, up to the plate.
Greenstein down there a little bit, 222 on her batting average, 9 runs scored. She does have a home run and 6 RBI. 2 triples as well. Must be a speedy batter up there, so look out for her if she does reach the base pass.
She took the first pitch for called strike 1. Oh, 1 misses up for ball 1.
Big spot here. Got to think about potential of a bunt to try and get 2 into scoring position. Maybe not with 1 out, though.
As not squaring there, takes a pitch for ball 2.
Bobcats took advantage, in the first inning there. Got those 3 runs on the 3 errors and just the 1 hit in the first. You don't want to give them right back here. And I think that's probably what Howell and Morris are talking about right now.
Yeah, getting 3 runs with Morris on the mound with how she's been pitching lately and how she's been pitching at home definitely seems like it could be enough. Like you said, don't want to give them right back in the following inning.
Got to find a way to get an out without these runners advancing. I think that would be the key to try and turn the tide here a little bit in this inning.
As that pitch is taken for a called strike.
Get a strikeout, get a pop-up, something like that you can't get both of those runners into scoring position.
And that 2-2 pitch is swung on and missed for strike 3. So like you said, there's that strikeout. And that'll keep the runners at first and second with 2 down.
Oh, yeah, man. Couldn't have come at a bigger time right there. Really needed to get that out and sort of stem off that little bit of a rally they had going. The walk came on a 3-2 pitch, so it was close, and the hit wasn't too terribly strong to the right side, but the strikeout helps.
And the first pitch to the left fielder, Savannah Gabriel, is taken for strike 1.
First strikeout of the game there for Morris.
And that 0-1 pitch is taken for a called strike. And Morris is ahead 0-2.
All right, Gabriel got her at 247 batting average, 12 runs scored, a home run and 9 RBI. Among her 22 hits, though, 6 doubles, a triple, and a home run. So when she does get it, strong potential for extra bases.
0-2 pitch way up for ball 1. But Morris still ahead in the count at 1-2.
What Morris's hallmark has been here of her great run that she's had as of late is her toughness. She gets into situations and gets herself out.
Just like that, as that pitch is swung on and missed for strike 3. So after 2 base runners get on for Augusta, back-to-back strikeouts end the threat here in the top half of the second inning. 3-0 Bobcats, and we'll be back in a second here on the Bobcat Broadcast Network. So 9-1-2 hitters coming up for the Bobcats, Long, Coy, and Couch.
Andrew, we sent 8 folks to the plate in the first inning, got 3 runs. Great start for Georgia College as the first inning has been kind to the Bobcats really all season long. I believe it's our best inning with runs scored. We outscore our opponents 54-18 in the first inning coming into that contest. Now we're up to 57-18.
Yeah, Bobcats doing a great job of getting that first inning lead and then keeping it throughout the game. As Sudden Long looks at a first pitch ball.
Yeah, when Bobcats scored first, 26-3 the record this season. And when we score in the first, 18-3. So all good stuff there.
So Sudden Long quickly ahead in the count at 2-0. And now ahead 3-0 is Jackson, after issuing a 4-pitch walk to start out the game. Another leadoff hitter that she's behind 3-0 on. That 3-0 pitch taken for a called strike.
Sutton Long on the season got her at a 380 batting average with 38 hits, 23 runs scored, 2 home runs, and 20 RBI.
So the pitch skied out to right field. And Greenstein able to get under it for out number 1. It's a good job by Jackson to battle back after being behind 3-0 and gets the out.
Yeah, good on her. You know, Sutton's a tough out there in the 9-hole. I think that's what makes our offense so strong is when you have such a good hitter in the last slot of the order. And was able to get her to flare to right, just kind of dropped the back shoulder a little bit, got underneath it.
And the first pitch to Amber Coy skied out to center, and that's going to drop in front of Stokes for a base hit.
Well, that hit there. Want to say hello to the folks up in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. Got Amber's family watching up there. Her Poppy and the Kernler family. Sorry if I'm butchering that, folks. That's what I got here. Kernler. So welcome to Poppy and the Kernler family up there in Oshkosh.
As Coy able to treat them with a 1-out single here in the second inning.
Indeed.
And the first pitch to Sarah Couch tries to bunt, but bunts it back to the screen.
Couch's first trip had that hot shot to left. I mean, it was just a blistering liner. If it was a foot or two to the right or left of that left fielder, it goes all the way to the wall.
And Coy's going and able to make it into second for a stolen base.
Stolen base there for Coy, gives her 12 and 16 tries this season.
And now we have a runner in scoring position with 1 out. Couch squares around a bunt but pulls back, and it's a called strike. She's down 1-2. 1-2 pitch slapped over to third base. Looks back the runner at second and able to throw to first for the out. Very nice play over there by Houseman at third. Able to look back the runner at second base and still get the out at first. Very nice job.
Yeah, it's little defensive plays like that that can really make a big difference once the game's all said and done. You don't allow that extra base and then now can't score on an error or a wild pitch or anything like that.
Caroline Snyder swings at the first pitch, fouls it back to the screen. Snyder 1 for 1. Got that 1 hit in the first inning with a single to left field. This pitch slapped down the third baseline, but foul. And Snyder's behind 0-2.
Fought off a couple of tough pitches there. Looks like Jackson may have settled in a little bit here for Augusta. Had some trouble with the strike zone in the first inning. Kind of got behind on a couple of hitters, but this inning, I believe she's been ahead of every batter.
I think you're right on that. She got ahead of a couple batters late in the first inning as well.
Nope,
That pitch
just as I
gets
say it.
so that 0-2 pitch.
I think we're going to go pass ball there. That appeared to be catchable. It did kind of come a little bit high, but I think it was able to be caught there.
Looked like kind of snow coned out of Boyd's glove.
Clearly not the location that Boyd was looking for.
This pitch skied out to left field. Gabriel has to backtrack, but able to get under it. So a 1-out hit for the Bobcats, unable to come across. And we'll head to the top half of the third with the Bobcats still leading 3-0 here at the Peeler Complex. So 9-1-2 coming up for Augusta as North lead Valcorda and Stokes. As Augusta down 3-0 here in the top half of the third inning.
Batting for Augusta, number 2.
Got Regan Norfleet to lead off, a 179 batter. She's starting her 17th ball game, kind of rotated a couple of pieces, it appears, in the bottom portion of this Augusta lineup. Just 7 hits, but 2 of them for doubles. She's got a couple RBI, but 12 runs scored. My guess is she's probably one of their top pinch running options, and she's not starting.
And she takes a look at the first pitch for a called strike. Morris's 0-1 delivery. In there for a called strike, too.
Tough pitch there. That was up, around the letters, maybe even a little bit higher than that. And I don't know what Norfleet could have done with that, even if she did swing at it.
It looked like a nice job back there by Howell to kind of bring it down a little bit with the frame. And the 0-2 pitch is swung on and missed for strike 3. So going back to last inning, that's now 3 straight strikeouts for Jessie Morris.
Now batting.
And Augusta will head back to the top of the order.
Got a tough battle in the Peach Belt Conference tennis tournament. Women's team taking on North Georgia. And the score's at 4-3 with the Bobcats out in front after Jenna Kelly got a win in first singles.
This first pitch skied foul to the right side.
So Georgia College now one more win away from advancing to the Peach Belt Conference championship game, which will be held, I believe, later this evening.
Very impressive. Hopefully come out on the right end for the Bobcats later on today.
Yeah, Georgia College number 2 seed, so we should be in the Peach Belt championship game. North Georgia giving us a little bit more trouble than I imagine we thought we'd get into.
So 0-1 pitch is skied foul behind us. And Morris once again ahead 0-2.
And the men's baseball or tennis team is in action, I believe, at 1 p.m. today. Going to be taking on the number 1 seed, though, in Columbus State. Very tough team. Lost 9-0 to them in the regular season. They are every bit number 3 in the country, I think, is what they are right now.
Wow.
So that pitch misses outside. It's 1-2. Full slate of action. We got baseball, too, on the road, actually, against Augusta. It's the Jaguars and Bobcats action here on Saturday. And 2 p.m. start for Augusta baseball against Georgia College.
So 1-2 pitch taken high for ball 2.
Bobcats had a good go yesterday to start off that series up at Augusta, won 11-2. Got another great start from Charlie Hecht. Finished that off with Bradley Kamak, the normal guys that you see on a Friday night. And got some great hitting. Brandon Purcell had 4 hits, including 3 doubles yesterday.
Wow.
As the hit parades continue for Bobcat baseball.
Yeah, Purcell's just a doubles machine out there.
Yeah, his batting average is a little bit low for us. I mean, low for us. That's, he's still hitting like 340, but the doubles is the thing. I mean, he just seems to pile them up. It's that great speed he's got. I think, a couple of singles for your normal catchers turn into doubles for a guy like that.
Yeah, and he can hit from gap to gap with some of the best of them.
Yep, spray him to right, spray him to left. He hits to all fields. He's a tough batter. He had a great summer playing for the Savannah Bananas. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe he could work his way into some independent ball or something like that and play a little bit of professional. Back to action here. We got a couple of foul balls. Good battle here for Valcorda.
As the count's still 2-2. She fouls another one off down the third base line.
Valcorda, a senior from Smyrna, Georgia, and Marist High. Got an interesting grip on the bat there. Looks like she interlocks her pinky with the first finger on the lower hand.
She takes a look at that pitch for ball 3.
Am I seeing that right, Andrew?
Yeah, that's
almost
what
like a golf grip.
It's looking like that to me. Hey, whatever works for you.
Absolutely. I mean, she sets the table. Good job up there at top for Valcorda.
Batting .275 on the season, 3rd on the team, so she slaps that one. Lindley Bruce able to stick the glove up there and catch it for out number 2.
My goodness, she hit that right on the screws, but also right at Bruce. And Lindley almost kind of caught that one in self-defense. They almost poked a hole in her.
Yeah, I don't know how some of these girls in softball are able to make those plays. I played third base in high school, and just from baseball standpoint, some of those screaming line drives are tough to come up with.
Yeah, so little reaction time over there.
As the first pitch to Lindsay Stokes is taken for a called strike.
Stokes, another senior, go back-to-back seniors at the top of the order. She's from Augusta, right there in town, and Harlem High School grad. Sam, you know the mascot for Harlem High School up in Augusta? Yeah. Oh, that's terrible. If it didn't come through on the broadcast, Sam said the Shakes, which is, that's terrible, Harlem Shakes.
As she takes a look at another pitch for strike two. So Morris ahead 0-2 here. And pitch taken high for ball one. So Morris, after a quick 1-2-3 first inning, got into a little trouble in the second, but able to get out of it with a couple of strikeouts. And so far, 2 up and 2 down here in the third inning. As that pitch is grounded over to Bruce, but called foul.
Good thing. That ball kicked up onto the heel of her hand there, up on the forearm a little bit for Bruce as she tried to backhand that one, but it was in foul territory. Her glove was clearly over the line.
It looked like almost ricocheted over to Coy at shortstop. Would have been an interesting play if it ended up drawing out.
Absolutely. I mean, Coy's got enough arm maybe to pull that off, but a left-handed batter, I don't know.
As a 1-2 pitch taken low and outside for ball two. So
Deuce is wild.
Yeah, I was going to say first Deuce is wild of the day. Beat me to it, Al.
Very nice. So you gotta be quicker on the trigger there, Andrew.
And the 2-2 pitch swung on and fouled back into the screen, and we'll run it back at 2-2. And another 2-2 offering. Once again fouled over down the left field line.
A couple of good battles here back to back. A bunch of foul balls for each of the last two hitters. We're up to 7 pitches in this at bat now.
There's about 7 or 8 in the last at bat too,
Something
so
like that.
Really making Morris work here in the third inning.
Yeah, Morris at 42 pitches now. I mean, it's not really a big deal for the softball pitchers, as it's more natural motion, of course, for the arm.
So that 2-2 pitch taken for ball 3. Yeah, not as much of a concern in softball as it is for baseball.
Yeah, you're more or less just, prolonging at bats to maybe where Morris makes a mistake, and then you can hit it. That's what you're most concerned about when you get up to these high pitch counts like this. A lot of movement in that left-hand batter's box for this hitter, Stokes.
Yeah, in the hands and in the legs as well. As that one swung on and missed for strike 3.
We got there 3 strikeouts now?
That's 4 now,
Ooh.
as she had 2 last inning and 2 this inning. And we'll head to the bottom half of the third inning with the Bobcats still leading 3-0. And we're here in the bottom half of the third inning with the Bobcats still in the lead 3-0. And the middle of the order coming up, Corsi, and Howell will be the first 3 hitters. And the first one up will be the left fielder, Holland Corsi.
Well, Holland's been on such a tear as of late, really making a strong candidacy for like a team MVP type honors as she continues to tear up opposing pitching here.
As she takes a look at first pitch for ball 1. Yeah, Corsi with a .455 batting average. Good for first on the team by about 50 points. Also has 2 home runs, 32 RBIs, and 56 total hits on the season. As she takes a look at strike 1.
Yeah, Holland's got 14 games with multiple hits, including 2 with 4 apiece, and that's tough to do in softball. You don't normally get that many at-bats if you're going through the lineup that often. Typically it's a run rule and the game's over.
She takes a look at ball 2. Yeah, I know when I was working a couple weeks ago, she had I don't even remember who we were playing, but I remember she just had a great weekend hitting the baseball, had a couple of 3-hit games and a couple of home runs as well, really tearing it up.
Oh, what a play.
Wow. Valcorda able to rise up and come down with it for out number 1.
Yeah, tough liner there, and Valcorda at 5'4", if she's 5'2", she probably doesn't get to that one, as that was a hot liner.
Yeah, if she's got a glove about an inch smaller. Then
yeah, that too.
But able to rob Holland of extra bases. That'll bring up the designated player, Hannah Corsi. Hannah reached in the first inning on a bunt that went back to Jackson, but she flipped it to the catcher, and Corsi able to go to first base on that flip. And the 1-0 pitch is low for ball 2.
Hannah, 4.0 GPA, is a senior, counting major. She's going to be a valedictorian here in a couple of weeks at graduation. Believed to be maybe the first valedictorian in softball history for Georgia College.
As she checks swings and unable to hold up for strike 1.
I believe it's the first one in my 10 years, and I'm we were going back through some of the archives. So to our knowledge, it's the first valedictorian. Again, she's academic All-American last year as well.
She takes a swing and a miss at that pitch.
But all conference, she was all region, second team at second base. Brought in a ton of hardware last year. The Elite 15 Award, which is the top GPA at the Peach Belt Championship site. So among the 8 teams, all the players there, of course, it's tough to beat a 4.0.
Yes, very impressive career. As that one goes right through the wickets over there at third from House.
I'm going to go hit there. Hit there, please.
And we'll give it a hit.
I'm going to say it was hit so hard the reaction time was tricky, couldn't get the leather down. That's what we'll go with.
Yeah,
Again, we talked about how short reaction time is over there at third base.
Mm-hmm. But going back to Hannah, just a very impressive career here at Georgia College.
Yep. Both of the Corsies, pretty much starters since coming to the campus. It's going to be tricky to put together a lineup card next year without a Corsi in it.
As Haley Howell takes a swing at first pitch for a called strike. Boyd checks over on Hannah at first base.
With Howell here, the freshman from Rochelle, Georgia. Home ball games for her, just a .273 batting average.
She skies that one up into the right center field gap. Greenstein comes up with it for out number 2. So with the second out in the inning, that'll bring the third baseman Lindley Bruce up to the plate. Bruce with a sacrifice fly in the first inning, getting that third run across for the Bobcats. As Corsi is running on the pitch and is safe. Looks like no one for Augusta really said anything, and Corsi took off.
So that's Hannah with the steal. She's got 5 and 6 tries now this season.
As the Bobcats overall as a team, very impressive on the base paths.
Yeah, a big piece of that, of course, is Bailey Hall. This one gets fouled back to the fence. Hall was among the conference leaders in stolen bases. She got 32 in 33 attempts, but the broken thumb. She's not done running. She can be a pinch runner for us, just got cleared to do that, but she won't be swinging a bat for the rest of her career. The senior was is done at the plate.
Yeah, definitely heartbreaking, but at least she's still able to contribute in some way, even if it is as a pinch runner.
Oh, yeah, she's going to be the best pinch runner in the Peach Belt Conference, I'll tell you that much.
I mean, 32 for 33 on the base paths so far this season. Very impressive.
Good stop there. Speaking of impressive by the catcher, Boyd, as that one bounced in front of the plate, came up and caught Boyd right in the chest. She was able to smother it, keep it in front, keep the runner from advancing.
And we got another Deuces Wild situation out here at the Peeler Complex. And 2-2 pitch grounded back to Jackson at the mound, able to throw it to first for out number 3. So 1 out single, unable to come across for the Bobcats. We'll head to the top half of the 4th inning. The Bobcats still holding on to a 3-0 lead. Jessie Morris will be back on the mound for her 4th inning of work. She'll be facing the 3, 4, 5 hitters in this Augusta lineup. Edwards, Boyd, and Connor.
Number 11, Carolyn Edwards.
As the very dangerous Carolyn Edwards, the first baseman, will step into the batter's box. Edwards with the ground out to Coy over at short in the 1st inning. Probably the most dangerous hitter in this Augusta lineup. As first pitch is taken for ball 1. Morris still pitching with that 3-0 lead on the 3 runs that the Bobcats got in the 1st inning. As the 1-0 pitch is taken for a called strike.
Yeah, got spotted with that lead there. Both pitchers really settled in here. A couple of goose eggs in a row, and I can't really even think of too many threats over the last couple innings. I mean, when there have been base runners, there's been probably 2 out.
Yes, that one's grounded up the middle.
That one's on me, folks. Sorry about that. Edwards rolling one right up the middle. And they got a leadoff base runner. They go 3 seniors right at the top of the order. As Edwards, also a senior from Woodstock, Georgia, and a transfer from Georgia Perimeter.
Get the 3 seniors up there with this
make it
leader.
4. Here's another one, Ashley Boyd. How about it? 4 seniors back to back to back to back in the top of the order.
Try and get them to set the table for the offense. She squares around a bunt and bunts it up in the air back to the screen.
That one came in on the handle there. She's lucky she didn't get caught in the finger maybe or something. That was a bit inside. But yeah, standard softball play here. Got to get this bunt down and try and get that first run in scoring position. The first one's always the toughest.
As she doesn't square around and takes the pitch for ball 1.
So a bunting on the first one, not on the second one. We'll see what happens here for the senior from Jefferson, Georgia. Another transfer, this one from Georgia Highlands College.
As that 1-1 offering in there for a called strike. Nice pitch there by Morris. So after the first pitch trying to bunt, took it off for the past 2 pitches, and presumably you wouldn't see it here, even though she squared around early.
Yeah, it's also a softball thing with 2 strikes. You'll see a lot of hitters do that.
And she cuts on and missed. 4 strike 3.
Oh, we got 2 now. Is that 5 or 6?
That's 5 now.
My goodness. Morris dealing here with 5 strikeouts. We're not even into the 5th inning yet.
Very impressive. So that'll bring designated player Kendall Connor up to the plate. Connor doesn't have an official at bat. She walked back in the 2nd inning.
Okay, here's another senior.
All right, 5 in a row.
Top 5 hitters, all seniors. How about it?
That's the first pitch taken for a called strike.
I'm curious what Augusta's going to do next year. They're not going to have any roster left. Who's up after her?
Okay, then we got a sophomore after that.
Okay,
So.
all right, so 5 seniors to start it. That's interesting. And Connor, she had a hit in the first trip, if I remember right.
She had a walk.
Oh, okay, so she got on and the hit came after her, right?
Yes. Yeah, it was single by Houseman.
So Connor from Grovetown and Grovetown High. Grovetown, it's up Athens way, right?
I'll take your word for it.
Okay.
I have no idea.
Not up on your Georgia geography, huh? Sam, you got a Grovetown high school mascot? Grovetown? Yeah. The trees, Grovetown trees. Okay. That's terrible. At least go with an alliteration, like the Grovetown Gophers or something like that. You know.
So 0-2 offering, skied foul to the right side.
How about the Ghouls? That'd be cool. Grovetown Ghouls, yeah. Gremlins?
Gremlins.
Too lazy to actually look these up. We're just gonna just throw things out there.
We'll just hope one of them's right.
Absolutely.
Morris's 0-2 offering once again, skied out to right field. But Couch able to get under it for out number 2.
Morris missed her location there. That was supposed to be a bit further off the plate. You saw where Howell lined up. She had to come back in and caught a lot more of the plate than was intended. Nearly dropped a single to right field, but instead Couch had her plate just about perfect.
Yeah, end result still an out, so always a good thing as the third baseman, Houseman, steps up to the plate. As we said, she had a single back in the 2nd inning. She takes a look at the first pitch ball.
Here's your first underclassman. Got the sophomore Houseman, Thomason, Georgia, and Flint River High.
I think I looked at the rest of their lineup. They have a total of 6 seniors in their starting lineup.
Oh, goodness.
Because
lots of experience.
This one grounded over to Bruce at third. Able to make the play at first for out number 3. So leadoff single, unable to harm the Bobcats as they'll head to the bottom half of the 4th inning. Still ahead 3-0. We'll be back in a second here on the Bobcat Broadcast Network. Davis, Long, and Coy, 8-9-1 will lead it off for the Bobcats in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Georgia College ahead 3-0. Getting those 3 early runs in the 1st inning. Haven't looked back since then.
Number 17, Caitlin Davis.
Caitlin Davis stepping into the batter's box. Takes the first pitch for a called strike.
Got word from up in Florence, a victory for Georgia College women's tennis, the number 2 seed beating number 3 seed North Georgia. Going to advance over to the championship game, which I assume will be against Columbus State. They are the number 1 seed. Haven't seen that result yet, but
Overall, good stuff from the Bobcats being able to advance to the championship game. As this pitch grounded over to second base, bobbled a little bit by Norfleet, but able to make the play for out number 1. That'll bring the second baseman, Sudden Long, up to the plate for the Bobcats. She flew out to right field back in the second inning.
Andrew, I missed that last play. What did we get there? That was a ground out to second?
Ground out to second. As first pitch is a strike, and Long is behind 0-1.
Yep, so good news for Bobcat tennis. Going to get the men in action at around 1 o'clock. Well, probably getting to start pretty soon.
This one in on the hands of Long, bobbled by Jackson for a second, but once again able to recover. And 2 quick outs for the Bobcats. So a couple of ground outs will bring us back to the top of the order with the shortstop, Amber Coy. Coy officially 1 for 1 on the day. A single and a walk. Also has a stolen base. So this one flared out to Edwards at first for out number 3. So 3 quick outs for the Bobcats, and they'll head to the top half of the 5th inning, still holding on to a 3-0 lead. Seven, 8, 9 hitters up for Augusta. Greenstein, Gabriel, and Norfleet be facing off against Jesse Morris as she'll begin her 5th inning of work with the 3-0 lead.
Greenstein, the 6th senior in the starting lineup here from Lake Worth, Florida, and a transfer from Florida State College at Jacksonville. So I assume probably in her 2nd year with the Jaguars. That Florida State College, the Florida junior colleges in softball, man, that is some good junior college softball down there in the state of Florida. We've had some transfers from there. One of them, Shaquita Bostic, I believe she played for Santa Fe Community College, and she was 2-time Peach Belt Conference Player of the Year in her only 2 years here.
Wow, very interesting. Didn't know that. So, nice fact for everyone for the day.
Yeah, picked up a couple All-American awards, and then another one, Kedra Beatty, is in our Hall of Fame. She played 2 seasons for us, and just absolutely tore it up for those 2 years. So
very nice.
Good softball down there.
It's a pitch from Greenstein, skied out to right field. Couch able to get under it and make the catch for out number 1.
Morris dealing with the top half of the zone. Got one of those rise balls in there and got the batter up underneath it.
Number 23, Bella
So we got a pinch hitter here. Going to go to the bench for the first time today. Bella Fernandez, the freshman from Elberton, Georgia, will grab a bat. What's Fernandez got? A 202 batting average, 20 hits, 9 runs scored, 2 home runs, and 7 RBI for Bella.
So that'll end the day for the left fielder, Savannah Gabriel, as she
Well, it's softball, so not quite. We got that re-entry rule.
Oh, yeah, true, true.
Nothing ever ends the day, really, for
Softball,
softballers.
very different from baseball. So that pitch grounded over to Coy at short. Strong arm able to make the play for out number 2.
Yeah, took that first pitch. You know, I mean, Bella's in no, I guess, a little bit of a hurry. She wanted to get off that bench and make an impact right away, but instead rolled a ball to short. Coy with a long throw, but right on the mark.
So that'll bring up Reagan Norfleet, the second baseman. She takes the first pitch for a called strike.
Wow, tough pitch there. Low and inside. Good pitcher's pitch. Got the strike call.
Norfleet, one of the strikeout victims of Morris back in the third inning.
Norfleet, freshman from Vidalia, Georgia, and Vidalia Comprehensive, so I bet you she's seen Morris in their high school years.
That's Morris from Vidalia High School.
Yep, so these two have probably crossed paths, and they're both freshmen as well, so, you know, summer ball and also high school stuff. I bet you they're pretty familiar.
Definitely. Morris's 1-1 delivery is skied foul to the right side.
Beautiful day here at the Peeler Complex. My goodness, nice sunny day. Got a little bit of a breeze every once in a while to kind of keep it cool. Yeah, it's blowing all of our papers.
Yeah,
I need some.
Get our stats everywhere.
Get some pebbles or something to hold things down. But yeah, nice, beautiful day here.
And that's a called strike 3. As what is that now? Six strikeouts total for Jesse Morris. This is a quick 1-2-3 inning for the Bobcats. So 3-0 is our score. And the Bobcats coming to bat here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. We'll be back in a second here on the Bobcat Broadcast Network. Two, three, four hitters up for the Bobcats here in the bottom half of the 5th inning, with Sarah Couch leading it off. Bobcats with those 3 runs back in the 1st inning. Haven't done a whole lot offensively since then. But they've been able to, Jesse Morris has been able to blank Augusta so far through the first 5. His first pitch, attempted a bunt, but missed for strike 1. Couch 0 for 2 so far on the day. The line out to left and a ground out to third. The 0-1 once again bunted but foul down the third base line. So Couch will have to protect the plate here, down 0-2. And that 0-2 pitch is high for ball 1. So Bobcats with those 3 runs, only 3 hits so far on the day as there's 3 errors from Augusta. And the 1-2 pitch skied out to Balcorda at short, able to make the play for out number 1. So Couch is retired, and that'll bring the center fielder Caroline Snyder up to the plate. Snyder 1 for 2 with a single back in the first inning. Also able to come around and score the second run for the Bobcats. She takes an off-speed pitch for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch taken for a called strike. And that'll run the count to 1-1. And bunts that one down the third baseline. The speed of Snyder able to beat it out. So nice bunt for a hit there by Snyder, as she's able to get on base with 1 out. And that'll bring up the left fielder Holland Corsi. Corsi 0 for 2 on the day, but did reach back in the first inning on an error. As first pitch lined over into the Bobcat dugout. Coach Gradecki going to check on everyone, make sure nobody's hurt. Looks like everybody's okay. And Holland will step back into the left-handed batter's box behind 0-1. So looks like a hidden run as Holland swings through that one. Snyder able to take second on the stolen base. So Snyder, that's her 13th stolen base on the season in 15 attempts. And Holland's now got a runner in scoring position with just 1 down in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Oh, 2 pitch skied out to left field. Gabriel, nice running catch for out number 2. So great piece of hitting there by Corsi. But Gabriel able to make a nice running catch going to her left. So Snyder still stands at second with 2 down. And the designated player, Hannah Corsi, stepping into the batter's box. Hannah 1 for 2 so far on the day with a single back in the 3rd inning. As this first pitch goes right back to the screen. So that'll be a wild pitch by Jackson. As Boyd didn't even get a glove on that one, went straight back to the backstop. This one grounded about quarter at short, able to knock it down, but not come up with it cleanly. And everyone will be safe. So we'll give that a hit for Hannah Corsi. She'll get an RBI as Caroline Snyder comes across. And the Bobcats add another run, up 4-0. So Hannah drives in her 20th RBI on the season and extends this Bobcat lead as Haley Howell will step up to the plate. Takes a look at the first pitch for a called strike. Howell 0 for 2 on the day. Reached on an error by Balcorda back in the first. So 0-1 offering is high for ball 1. 1-1 offering, low and away for ball 2. Bobcats looking to improve their record in the Peach Belt Conference and their record at home. That one's cut on and missed. And we'll have another Deuces Wild situation here at the Peeler Complex. Bobcats 15-3 at home and 12-2 overall in the Peach Belt Conference. 2-2 offering, swung on and hit into left field. Nice line drive by Haley Howell. It's another 2-out single. And that'll bring 2 base runners on for the third baseman, Lindley Bruce. Bruce officially 0 for 1 on the day. Has a sacrifice fly and got an RBI back in the first. She cuts on and miss at the first pitch for strike 1. Bruce, a freshman from Kennesaw, Georgia, and Harrison High School, takes a look at the 0-1 offering for ball 1. Bobcats already have 1 across here in the 5th inning, looking to add to that total and also add to the 4-0 lead. Some nice pitch by Jackson, cut on and missed. And Bruce is behind 1 and 2. So Bruce looking to battle here with 2 down, behind in the count 1 and 2. She slaps that one over to first base. Unable to come up with it cleanly is Edwards. And that's going to bring across another run for the Bobcats. So another error, the 4th on the afternoon for Augusta, brings across another run for the Bobcats, as Corsi able to come around and score. Haley Howell also able to advance to third on the error. So the Bobcats will have runners on the corners with 2 down and Caitlin Davis up. As first pitch is outside for ball 1. And this pitch is skied out to left field. Gabriel unable to make the play. Bruce cruises into third. And Davis able to go into second for a stand-up double. So the first extra base hit on the day for the Bobcats. An RBI double by Caitlin Davis. The 3rd run in the inning and the 6th run overall for the Bobcats. As it looks like we may have a pitching change here. And we do have a pitching change. So that'll end the day for Jackson. And we'll be back in a second to tell you about the new Augusta pitcher on the Bobcat Broadcast Network. So the sophomore Morgan Hunter will enter into the ballgame for Augusta. He's a sophomore from Richmond Hill, Georgia, and Richmond County High School. Hunter overall, this will be her 34th appearance and 34th appearance so far. A 10-16 record with a 3.98 ERA. His first pitch in there for a called strike. To Sutton Long. Got the most innings on the pitching staff with 144 innings pitched. 81 strikeouts and 29 walks. Hitters batting .301 against her. She's quickly ahead 0-2. 0-2 pitch outside for ball 1 to Sutton Long. Long 0 for 2 so far in the day. She takes a look at ball 2 and another Deuces Wild here at the Peeler Complex. Sutton looking to extend this Bobcat lead in the 5th inning as she cuts on and miss at strike 3. So nice off-speed pitch. Ends the inning for the Bobcats. Able to bring 3 runs across and extend that lead to 6-0 as we'll head to the top half of the 6th inning. We'll be back in a sec here on the Bobcat Broadcast Network. Top of the order up for Augusta in the top half of the 6th inning. Balcorda, Stokes, and Edwards. As Augusta's running out of outs and running out of innings. Down 6-0. And the shortstop Auburn Balcorda will step into the batter's box. First pitch from Jesse Morris, high and outside for ball 1. Morris only giving up 2 hits so far in the afternoon. Has 6 strikeouts and 1 walk. So this pitch fouled down the left field line. And the count will go to 1-1. A 1-1 pitch skied over to right field. Couch able to run under it for out number 1. So once again getting the leadoff batter out. Done that in 5 out of the 6 innings so far. And that'll bring the center fielder Lindsey Stokes up to the plate. Stokes 0 for 2 so far on the day with a strikeout. As first pitched in the dirt for ball 1. Offering a little inside for ball 2. This one the few times on the afternoon Morris has been behind on an Augusta hitter. She's done very well at getting ahead in the count. bounces one line right back up the middle. Morris able to get out of the way of that one. That screaming line drive goes into center field for a 1-out single.
Now batting, number 11, Carolyn Edwards.
So Stokes gets her first hit on the afternoon, third overall hit for Augusta. And that'll bring the first baseman Carolyn Edwards up to the plate. Edwards with one of those 3 hits, got a single back in the 4th inning. As first pitch inside for ball 1. One-0 pitch grounded over to Bruce at third. She goes to second for 1. Able to make the play at first for 2. Wow. Bruce to Long to Davis, 5-4-3. Double play. And that'll end the threat in the top half of the 6th inning. So no runs on 1 hit and no errors for the Bobcats. So they'll come up to the plate, still holding on to a 6-0 lead. Top of the order up for the Bobcats in the bottom half of the 6th inning with a 6-0 lead. And Amber Coy will step in for her 4th at-bat of the day.
Number 10, Amber Coy.
Coy's officially 1 for 2. Got a single, a walk, and a stolen base as she squares around to bunt, but pulls back on called strike 1. Oh, 1 pitch low for ball 1. 1-1 off-speed pitch. Once again low for ball 2. That 2-1 pitch catches the inside corner, and the count will run even at 2-2. Off-speed pitch lined down the left field line, but foul. So Coy able to hang tough. And we'll have another 2-2 offering. This pitch outside for ball 3. So a nice at-bat from Coy to start off the 6th inning. She grounds this one to short, and the throw across the first for out number 1. So that'll bring the right fielder Sarah Couch up to the plate. Couch looking for her first hit of the afternoon, so far 0 for 3. She squares around a bunt, but pulls back for called strike 1. Once again tries to bunt, but unable to make contact, and Couch quickly behind 0-2. Hunter working very quickly as 0-2 pitches fouled back to the screen. Wouldn't be surprised to see Hunter start, if not come in game 2 of this doubleheader. This Couch once again fouls down the left field line. Bobcats scoring 3 runs in the first inning and 3 runs last inning in the 5th. As 0-2 pitch taken for ball 1. All the scoring that they've needed for Jessie Morris. She's pitched a beautiful game so far today. The 1-2 pitch inside for ball 2. It's all the Augusta fans letting the umpire know their opinions. It's a 2-2 off-speed pitches up for ball 3. So good job by Couch to work the count full after being behind 0-2. And 3-2 pitch, grounded foul down the left field line. And 3-2 pitch cut on and missed. So great battle by Couch, but Hunter in the end is victorious. And that'll be the second out in the bottom half of the 6th inning.
Number 27, Caroline Snyder.
That'll bring the center fielder Caroline Snyder up to the plate. She takes a look at ball 1. Snyder 2 for 3 on the ball game. Also has 2 runs scored and a stolen base. And she's ahead in the count 2-0. And the 2-0 pitch hits the outside corner for a called strike. 2-1 pitch, skied foul, back to the screen. And we have another Deuces Wild here at the Peeler Complex. 2-2 offering is swung on and missed. Ball in the dirt. Boyd able to make the throw to first for out number 3. So the Bobcats go quietly in the 6th inning, but they're just 3 outs away from the victory. We'll head to the top half of the 7th inning with the Bobcats ahead 6-0. So the Bobcats are 3 outs away from their 32nd victory on the season. Jessie Morris going for the complete game shutout. She'll have to face Boyd, Connor, and Houseman, the 4, 5, 6 hitters in this Augusta lineup. Ashley Boyd 0 for 2 so far on the day. One of 6 to strike out against Morris. And the first pitch is up and away for ball 1. Other than the second inning where they had 2 runners on base with 1 down, really hasn't been a whole lot of disturbance on the base paths from Augusta. This pitch lined right to Sudden Long at second base for out number 1.
Now batting number 3, Kendall Connor.
Jesse Morris, 4 out of the 6 innings so far, has gone 1, 2, 3. And the first pitch to Connor is in there for strike 1. Kendall Connor, the designated player, 0 for 1 on the day with a walk back in the second. And the 0-1 pitch is up and out for ball 1. And the 1-1 pitch is skied into right field. Couch coming in, able to make the play. A nice running catch there by Couch, covered a lot of ground. And the Bobcats are 1 out away from the victory.
Now batting number 5, Lydia Hausman.
So Augusta's last hope relies on the third baseman, Lydia Hausman. Hausman 1 for 2 with a single back in the second inning. As first pitch, a little outside for ball 1. One 0 pitch in there for a called strike. One 1 pitch cut on and missed. And the Bobcats are 1 strike away from the victory in game 1 of this doubleheader. A 1-2 offering is swung on and fouled back to the screen. As we'll get another 1-2 pitch from Jesse Morris. It is up and out on the rise ball for ball 2. We'll get one last Deuces Wild here in game 1. The 2-2 pitch swung on once again, fouled back into the screen. So Hausman putting up a nice battle here as questionably the final hitter. And off-speed pitch outside for ball 3. So Hausman able to work this count full. The 3-2 pitch swung on once again, fouled back over to the right side. This has been about a 7 or 8 pitch at bat. Houseman able to foul off a couple pitches and stay alive. Once again, the 3-2 grounded down the left field line this time. Caitlin Davis giving Jessie Morris a little bit of breather, just talking to her a little bit. Telling her she's only 1 strike away from a complete game shutout. So the 3-2 pitch is swung on. Sudden Long able to make the play to Davis at first base. So a complete game shutout for Jessie Morris, as the Bobcats win game 1 6-0 at the Peeler Complex. Jessie Morris, 7 innings, just giving up 3 hits, 1 walk, and 6 strikeouts. She'll improve her record to 10-1. That's her 6th complete game and 4th shutout on the season. Losing pitcher will be Jada Jackson, as she'll fall to 2-6 on the season. So the Bobcats win game 1 of this doubleheader 6-0, and we'll get game 2 underway in about 30 or 40 minutes. So we'll be back in about half an hour here on the Bobcat Broadcast Network.
Good afternoon, everyone. Coming to you live from the Peeler Complex on Georgia College's beautiful West Campus. It's time once again for Bobcats softball on the Bobcat Broadcast Network. Game 2 doubleheader action between the Georgia College Bobcats and the Augusta University Jaguars here in Peach Belt Conference play. Georgia College now 31-11 after a 6-0 victory in the first contest. 12-2 in the Peach Belt Conference. For Augusta, it's 17-32 overall and 8-11 in Peach Belt Conference play. The lineup for game number 2, batting order for Augusta, is going to start off with the shortstop, and she's a good one, in Auburn Belcorda. Then the center fielder, Lindsey Stokes, bats after her. In the third slot is the first baseman, Carolyn Edwards, a .331 hitter coming into the doubleheader. And then after her is Ashley Boyd, the catcher. The designated player, Kendall Connor, bats fifth. Hitting sixth will be Hausman, the third baseman. That's Lydia Hausman. Right fielder, Marnie Greenstein. Then Reagan Norfleet. And the pitcher will be Courtney Brown for Augusta here in ball game number 2. Got a little bit of a delay, something happening down the first baseline, maybe closing a gate or something like that down there, not quite sure. In between games, Kayla Price's tiny Chihuahua had made it onto the field because it squeezed through the gate, even though it was closed. But that's how tiny this dog is. So maybe we've got a Chihuahua running around out there. I don't know.
It could actually squeeze between the chain link.
No, I don't think it's that small. It's pretty close, but I don't think it's that small. It's it got between the gate and the frame there.
Well, something's going over there. We keep looking over there.
It's quite lengthy, whatever it is.
Yeah. We got some people asking questions. What's going on down there? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure what we got.
They're looking at that gate, and now I see somebody pointing. Okay, I think we got it.
Okay, so all these folks that I just listed for Augusta are going to be taking on Becca Mead. No, this is
Rubin.
Danielle Rubin, I apologize, making her third start of the year and her 10th appearance, a 1-0 record with a 4.74 ERA, 20 2/3 innings pitched for, as she fires a ball low. 31 hits against, 15 runs, 14 of them earned, 7 walks, and 6 strikeouts for Rubin.
Saw Danielle the other night at the Catspies, the inaugural Catspies, and as she delivers her second pitch inside for ball 2. And I said, great job last game. You got us out of an incredible jam. Remember, like, bases got loaded. She came in, throws 2 pitches, 2 strikes, I think lined out to Amber Coy, I believe, and game was over. So, and she talked about how the pitching staff really has each other's back.
Well, having a hip right there on the hit batsman, unfortunately, as the leadoff hitter will get on for the game. That's Belcorda once again. Checking into first base, a hit batsman to start things off. So the free pass puts a runner on for Stokes. Lindsey Stokes came into the doubleheader hitting .240.
All 3 of those pitches were inside, Al. So I wonder if we were just off on the location, the side of the pitching stance. Let's see. Now we got a left-handed batter here. Let's see if she stays on that. Now will be the outside corner.
Came inside a bit on the bunt attempt there. A snap throw down to first is not in time. Looks like Stokes trying to get this runner over. Try and find their first run of the day, as they got shut out 6-0 in the first contest. 4 sacrifice bunts on the year for Stokes. That is 3rd on the team. And she squares again, takes a strike there. So 1 of each now. It's a 1-1 count.
Well, good. First strike, and that was the 5th pitch, so maybe we're settling in here, and I still think she's bunting over here, Al. Wanting to score the first run of the game.
Stokes in game 1 had one of the team's 3 hits. That one scoots through the wickets of Howell. Gosh, not sure where that pitch was. I think I heard it hit the ground. We're going to go wild pitch on that one, as that's ball 2, 2-1.
So bunt will be off now. So
unless they want to get that runner to third with nobody out, which isn't necessarily a bad idea.
I'm sensing you may have a take here. You know, she is going to bunt out. She showed every time.
Takes it a little bit outside. Didn't miss by a ton. There's a pitch taken for a strike. It's 3-2.
In the words of Chandler Lee, who we were talking about off air, that was right down Hancock Street, Al. How about that? Huh? That was one of his favorites.
I would say so.
All right, so big pitch here, Al. Don't want to put the first 2 runners on. Let's let her swing and see what happens.
Swung on, sent to second. That's Long staying down nicely on that one. A ground out, but it does move the runner over to third base. So they get to, in essence, that sacrifice attempt.
Yep.
As Belcorda now is on third base with just 1 out for the top hitter on the team in Carolyn Edwards.
Yeah, so you're looking here, okay, let's limit the damage. Sac fly gets 1 in here, so let's try to hold this to 1 here, get out and score. Good play there by Sutton Long, playing second now with Bailey Hall being injured. Gives us a lot of versatility with Sutton's athleticism.
First delivery to Edwards, misses inside and low. What Edwards do in game 1. She had one of those 3 hits as well. All singles for the Jags in game 1. Edwards, one of these many seniors in the Augusta lineup, had liner to third. Will Bruce be able to cover off? Yes, she will. A hot shot right at Bruce.
What a jam we just got out of Al. If that ball goes through, that's a stand-up double all day long. They score a run. Lindley Bruce, who we were talking about but just before the game started, with a great glove down there, reminiscent of the great Kristen Brooks, makes a tag over there, and ball just like that. 3 batters, Bobcats are out of the inning, Al.
All right,
no damage.
As we go to the bottom of the first, let's stay here and go through the starting lineup for your Georgia College Bobcats. Got Amber Coy, the shortstop, leading off. Batting second, the right fielder, Nicole Humphreys, newcomer to the lineup. Didn't see any action in game number 1. Holland Corsi, the left fielder, bats third. The cleanup hitter is Haley Howell, the catcher. Hannah Corsi bats fifth, the designated player. Caroline Snyder, the center fielder, is the 6th hitter. Then Jolie Bush, the new first baseman, again, also didn't see action in game 1. 8th hitter goes to Lindley Bruce, who just made that excellent defensive play. Then Sutton Long rounds out the lineup. They're all, of course, behind Rubin. They're going to be taking on Courtney Brown. Brown making her 27th appearance and 20th start. A 4-10 record with a 3.52 ERA. She does have 7 complete games and 1 shutout. 103 in the third innings pitched, 131 on the hits, 80 runs, 52 of them earned, 37 walks, 44 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .289 against the right-hander. So Coy will get her started off. Coy with decent effort in game number 1, went 1 for 3, also walked and scored a run.
You know, we made some lineup changes there, and this is a good thing. You know, we're the 7th leading hitting team in the country, I think, in on-base percentage. We're right 7-8. But the ability to be able to move people in and out of the lineup is phenomenal. We got a lot of depth here, Al.
A lot of depth, a lot of versatility.
Yes.
Some pieces move around. It's nice to have someone like Sutton Long that can play virtually every position on the field when you lose a key piece like Bailey Hall. You know, you got to move some pieces around to cover that up, and we were able to do so, and I think pretty effectively defensively.
No question. And, you know, Sutton can catch. She's really, like you said, she can literally play anywhere.
Low and away. That's ball 3. So a quick 3-0 count here for Coy. Imagine she'll rest the bat on the shoulder and make Brown come across for her first strike. And she doesn't oblige. Going to bounce off the plate, actually, for ball number 4. So Coy will check in at first base. And that brings up Nicole Humphreys. Humphreys, bit of a legacy here for Georgia College softball. Of course, the elder sister, Kristen, 4-year player for us. And Nicole, what, in year 2, I believe, right?
Yep. And she's done a good. What are her numbers, Al?
Nicole's hitting 346, Wendell. Again, just that embarrassment of riches in the outfield. You're never quite sure which 4 you're going to see, or 3, I should say. Making her 9th start, 9 hits in 26 at bats, 8 runs scored, and 4 RBI.
I've not heard that term, embarrassment of riches. I like that.
Well, I mean, it's here, and it's also over at the baseball diamond in the outfield. Just have too many outfielders for the number of spots. Low and away. Humphreys takes a look at it, pulls that bunt back. Nicole slap hitter from the left side and utilizes that speed to her benefit. That time called at the plate as the coach for the Jaguars, and that's Melissa Brocato, going to talk things through here. Not sure if maybe she might be making a change already. She's got her lineup card out, it looks like.
Yeah, and we got somebody coming in, Al, and the pitchers. Yeah, they are.
Okay, so we're going to see a new pitcher. And let's take a brief break while she warms up. We'll be right back with more here on the Bobcat Broadcast Network. All right, folks, so we are back to action, and the reliever, Morgan Hunter, checks in for the second time today. Finished off the first ball game at Hunter. Coming into that, though, I don't have updated numbers on her. She was 10-16 with a 3.98 ERA. Full count now to Humphreys. She rolls one foul down the third baseline. Slap approach, tried to squirt it down the chalk there.
And if Nicole's parents are listening, and her dad really is the leader of our military day that we started here several years ago, probably, Al, I would say about his second or third year, or Kristen's second or third year.
Well, I know when Mr. Humphreys is involved, I feel confident that it is the most impressive military day presentation. The guy just, he takes it from start to finish, and really the attention to detail. Surprise, surprise from a military guy, right? But I mean, just he does such a great job with it. It always makes me feel positive at the end of the day that we're doing the best we can to honor those military members. This one laced to the left side, came in on the fist a little bit, and she sort of just sprayed it out there. And that'll squirt through the left side for a single. First and second now with nobody out.
Yeah, so if Humphreys, if you're listening, thank you. We had a great day today. And the Board of Regents military representative was here today. We had 7 people throw out the first pitch, including our umpire. So that was great. So Nicole gets on, and Holland Corsi's up, and she takes the first pitch for strike one. So first inning, our first – hold on, I had a timeout there. Augusta pitcher was about to release the ball, and not sure what happened. Okay. So count is 0-1. Ball high for 1-1. So first 2 runners on for the Bobcats. Nobody out. Coy on a walk, and Humphreys on nice hit single just past his shortstop on the left side of the infield. Of course, he's showing bunt. Ball was in the dirt, so both runners advance. So now Bobcats at second and third with one of the all-time great hitters at Georgia College, Holland Corsi up. She skies it, not going to be deep enough to tag. So Holland flies out to left field there.
Now batting, number 8, Haley Howell.
Haley Howell to the plate. Haley catching today. So trying to advance these runners. A base hit will score 1. Probably anything, any contact's probably likely going to score a potential sacrifice fly here as well. Excellent changeup. Howell way out in front. Good pitch there by the Georgia College or Augusta reliever who has entered the game early. Howell fouls that one back. So now Bobcats second and third with an 0-2 count. So what looked very, very promising that a big inning on the horizon perhaps, and the Bobcats score first. I think Al's, she chases one outside. So excellent job in relief here. So now the infield will move back. And now Hannah Corsi steps into the plate. Hannah Corsi, who was just named valedictorian of the class of 2018 at Georgia College. That is, I believe, our 5th student athlete in the last 4 years to be valedictorian. So 4.0 GPA, not bad. So congratulations, Hannah, accounting major.
I was going to say, because I remember sometimes I would help out.
Well, and another good off-speed pitch there. So excellent job by the Augusta reliever. Bobcats leave 2 stranded at second and third on 1 hit. So no score after 1 complete. We'll be right back on the Bobcat Broadcast Network. Okay, back to live action. 0-0 score, headed to the, as we begin the top of the second inning with Augusta at the plate. We're also playing Augusta in baseball today. Bobcats take a 2-0 lead in the top of the third inning. So Bobcats up 2, looking to potentially, we're in a position where we could clinch the conference championship this weekend, I believe. Strike 1 from Reuben. If we win all 3 games, we clinch no worse than a tie for the championship. In fact, I believe actually it does clinch it.
Yeah, I think today would clinch us finishing definitely in the top 2.
Yep.
Aiken was still hanging with us with 1 game left, but if a victory today would knock them out of the potential. But Columbus, the tricky spot is they have 3 series left.
Right.
1 this weekend, then 2 more. We only have 2 more conference series and then one with Winston-Salem State to close out the regular season. But we already clinched yesterday. I say clinched, but we had tied our school record for conference victories in a season with 23.
Wow.
The last time that happened was 2007 when we won the regular season title. And it was our last regular season title as well.
This ball skied up right in front of the dugout, and Bruce takes care of that. Really nice job. That ball was very high and probably came within a foot of the dugout, so that's always a tough play.
She was battling that lip over there. That wasn't easy at all.
No, it's really not. Quick update then. Bobcats women's tennis heads to the Peach Belt Championship tomorrow. Edges North Georgia 5-4 today. Bobcat women look to have secured their 24th, I believe it will be, consecutive NCAA tournament. That is the nation's longest NCAA tournament streak. And
is that just Division II women? Do you know, or is
I know Division II women, that's for sure. I don't know the other 2 divisions.
Curious. Oh, that was the ever rare foul ball that caught the area. We've got about a foot and a half between the fence and the dugout down there, and that kicked through it.
I've never seen that. That was incredible.
She chopped it too. Thankfully, probably in this case, as a liner that goes through there could have been a bit more dangerous, but she bounced it through that hole over there.
Right back at Rubin. That's going to be a tough play. Sutton Long, yes. Boy, the ever athletic Sutton Long makes that play. Ball was just tapped off of Rubin's glove, and because of Sutton's lateral movement, she was able to move up and get that and throw it out actually fairly routinely out.
Yeah, one of your stronger arms for a second baseman as well. I think that helps. Again, we talked about the ability to be a catcher and things like that. Not your average second baseman's arm. Typically, you put one of your weaker-armed individuals over there, but not for us.
I remember when strike one for Rubin there. I remember when Jamie was recruiting Sutton, and she said, she can literally play anywhere, and she's so athletic, and she was very high on her. And as you have said, she's got to be the best 9th hitter in the country. I don't know when she comes up next inning. We'll find out what she's hitting. But Rubin ahead 0-1 here with 2 outs, hit right at Coy. Coy fields it cleanly, throws it cleanly. Bobcats 1-2-3 inning. And we'll go to the bottom half of the second with the Bobcats up, or batting at the bottom of the second, tied at 0 here on the Bobcat Broadcast Network. Okay, back to live action. Caroline Snyder going to lead the Bobcats off. What Caroline do in game 1, Al? Do you have that?
I do.
She foul tips the first one off the catcher's mask.
Well, Caroline went 2 for 4 with a couple of runs scored.
She was hitting around the 400 area, wasn't she, Al?
Well, coming into the ball game, Snyder at 402, so that's going to go up a little bit.
Yeah, you get to this point in the season.
Not much, right?
You go, you go 2 for 4. It almost lowers your batting average. She takes ball 1 there, and we just talked about. Oh, there's another hit there out to the left side. By the way, how about Caroline's power? Oh, I thought she was going to hit it out opposite field a while ago.
Yeah, you don't see too many home runs coming out of Caroline Snyder. And that's any extra pop you get off of that bat, that's a little extra bonus for sure.
We talked about Sean Humphreys, and we do see all-time great Christian Humphreys and veterinarian, who I'm going to try to get on the broadcast here to visit with. And she is in attendance today watching her sister. So Snyder on, and Jolie Bush takes ball one. So Bobcats looking to get out early, and we have. Again, Al gave you the statistic we have where we score in the first inning is phenomenal. Snyder takes second with no problem. Got a good jump on it, got good speed, and throw was off as well, but I believe if the throw had been accurate, it would not have mattered. She was in safely. So the go-ahead run, or the initial run, is at second base in Carolina Snyder, and Bush is at a 1-1 count. Ball a little low and inside there. Bush at 2-1. Bush has done a good job at the plate this year, and she hits one right up the middle. This should score Snyder. She's coming around. Going to be a plate to plate. No. Got there in time, so nice hit by Jolie Bush, part of the Vidalia trio.
Yeah, sent that ball back where it came from, right up the middle. And scored the first run of the ball game here in the second. Took us an extra inning than it did in game number one to score the first run of the game, but here we go.
Al, you had a stat of our first inning scoring, and I'm just amazed by that. It's phenomenal.
Well, we mentioned it in the first ball game. We picked up 3, so now the difference is 57 to 18 in the first inning.
Boy, that's nice. That's nice.
And we have outscored our opponents, Wendell, in every inning.
Wow. Oh,
so that's kind
excellent.
of neat.
Excellent bunt there.
Yep, good
by
placement
Bruce.
there. That's a 5-4 put out as the second baseman covering.
Moves the runner over, so did her job, and now we have the best number 9 hitter in the country in Sutton Long, and Long was hitting coming into the game 380, and what's she do in game one, Al?
She had a little bit of a rough game in game one, went 0 for 3.
That's going to be out. Nope, it's not. Going to stay in, Al. I'm sorry. I thought that was an early call.
Skied that one. I mean,
yeah.
that was up there, Major League style pop-up, and able to get underneath it is the left fielder, Fernandez.
Yeah, early. I got the early call there. That was my fault. Well, she hit it and it sounded good, but the ball's not carrying great. Some hard hit balls today that have not gotten out. So that brings up Amber Coy with a runner on second.
I believe Coy walked in her first at bat in this ball game. Went 1 for 3 in the first contest. Walked on 4 pitches in that first at bat. Pitch called a strike on the outside black. Got a 1-1 count.
Yep. Wasn't sure what that first pitch was there.
Rolled down the third baseline and foul. So the count goes to 1-2 here to Amber Coy. 2 down and the bottom of the second. Big cut and a miss there for Coy. She goes down on strikes.
So Bobcats pick up 1 on 2 hits in that inning. So at the end of 2, Bobcats are up 1-0. We'll be right back on the Bobcat Broadcast Network.
One gets in there for inning number 3, rolls one to second base. A quick retire there for Greenstein. The right fielder, she is now 0 for 3 on the day. One up, one down. That brings up Fernandez, the left fielder. She came in as a pinch hitter in game number 1 and gets the start here in game 2. This is Bella Fernandez. Came into the doubleheader with a .202 batting average, and the first pitch to her is a little bit outside for a ball. Bobcats, one of the marks they shoot for is 35 victories, 35 wins, and a 3.5 team GPA. Those are 2 of the goals for Georgia College softball. And standing at 32 victories right now. This will get them a little bit closer to that goal if this score can hold up. But a lot of softball left to go. That pitch misses inside 2-0.
Yeah, Al, if we can get to, if we could complete this sweep today, that would put us in an excellent position. We're 4th in the first region rankings, probably going to have a good opportunity to move to 3rd if we were to sweep today.
2-0 is a one-hopper to Bruce over at 3rd. She backhands and sends it across the diamond for out number 2.
Al,
what a play there.
She is good over there. My goodness.
Very smooth. We had
Yes.
kind of a revolving door over at third base after we moved Coy to short. Had Howell over there and Bruce, some other pieces. I think even Sutton Long spent a game or 2 over there. And now it looks like it's going to be Lindley Bruce the rest of the way. First pitch is low to Norfleet. Talked about her in game 1, but the second baseman here, Regan Norfleet, from Vidalia, Georgia, and Vidalia Comprehensive High. I imagine a high school opponent, perhaps, of many of our Vidalia players, as she's a freshman as well. Skied to the middle of the infield. Sutton Long going to grab that one on the outfield grass for out number 3.
Nice play by Sutton. Now, she made that play look so easy. Caroline had a long ways to go. Was not going to be able to get that. And that was a tough ball, but Sutton, again, just so athletic and able to move so quickly, got right over there. So 1, 2, 3 there. So Bobcats will look to add to their 1-0 lead as we head to the bottom of the 3rd.
As we get back to action here in the bottom of the 3rd, got a defensive replacement for the Jaguars. A starter in the first contest, Savannah Gabriel, will take over in left field for Augusta. She's now playing in her 44th ball game of the season. So she will be our new left fielder. And the first opponent here for the Jaguars in the 3rd is Nicole Humphreys. Wendell, your thoughts on Jaguars, Jaguars, the pronunciation there. Have you heard the Jaguar?
Jaguar. I say Jaguar.
Do you? You put the I in there?
Yeah.
I was curious.
Jaguar.
There's that one, and there's also Illinois. Do you get the Illinois or the Illinois?
I'm Illinois. No,
okay.
S is silent.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah, just curious that if that's a regional thing, not quite sure.
Jaguar. Well, I don't even know how to say it the other way.
Jaguar.
Jaguar. Yeah, I'm Jaguar.
Yeah, see that?
Yeah, Jaguars.
You got your roof and your roof and that kind of thing as well. But Humphreys takes a look at a strike just barely on the outside. Black, tough pitch there.
Yeah, it's a really nice hit she had. And again, Al, I'm going to bring up Kristen Humphreys, who in between innings, and we're going to have a little conversation. I'm going to let her take your microphone if that's okay.
Absolutely.
And
get her up here. Although she looks like she's got a pup in tow there.
Her mom's with her, so we'll be able to get her up here. And But looking forward to visiting with her in her second year of veterinary school.
Yeah, I
maybe
imagine
third
that's a
year.
very well taken care of dog if I had to place a bet on that one. Absolutely.
And her sister's at the plate here, battling. Third foul ball in a row.
So 1-2 count here for the Columbus, Georgia native.
Nice day out. Sun is
Man, good stuff, huh? Laced off the end of the bat, going to go foul again.
make that 4 in a row. All to the same spot.
Tried to spray something down the left field line. That's the slap approach more often than not is to the opposite field. And
So I wonder, as a pitcher, do you stay with the same pitch here? Let's see what we got. And that's
it's got to be so tough as a slap hitter to time a changeup. You know, when you got all
I
your stuff
would think
moving
so.
like that, you know, to hold your stuff back and long enough to get enough aluminum on it.
I believe that's 5 foul balls in a row.
We got
It's at least 4. Okay,
We got
all right.
4. Another one.
Make it
There's your 5. You were just telling the future there.
A little foreshadowing.
Little Karnak.
Yeah. Ooh.
Huh?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
You are correct, sir. Yes. That's the envelope to the head.
Yes.
Always listing 3 things, right?
Oh.
A little bit outside, and now 2-2. Man, this is a battle here. It's just 2-2, and we're looking at pitch number 10 coming up.
Well, that's why you stay on the outside corner here, because you're again, that's the 6 foul ball. This is, and if she accidentally brings that ball in, she's going to hit it.
A little tilt to the head there from Nicole as she says, I fouled another one off. Here we go.
That was pitch number 10.
That
or
was
11?
pitch number 10.
Okay, so
here comes 11. And another foul ball.
Yes, sir. So that is now the 7th foul ball.
Over at
Yes.
over in the on-deck circle, got Holland Corsi there. She's a little bit concerned. That last one was a little too close for comfort. She almost went back in the dugout.
Well, should be.
And another foul ball.
Make
This
it
one
number
off
8.
the catcher. So we
So
are
this-
up to a 12-pitch at bat here, folks, and we're still not even to a full count yet.
10 of those pitches have been strikes. Let's see what we got here. Again, she's gonna stay on the outside corner.
Oh, going to roll one to the right side. Off the edge of the glove of the third baseman. We're going to go hit on that one, guys. Yep, hit.
Yeah, that
Hit,
ball
please.
just came into the plate, the middle part of the plate, just enough for her to get a bat on that. So good battle there, and good piece of pitching and hitting for both. It ends in a Bobcat single by Nicole Humphreys, who's 2 for 2 for the day. So Holland Corsi, who I cursed last time by saying she's one of the all-time great Bobcat hitters, and she flied out. I've said it again, but it's worth saying, Al. She's our 6th member of the 200 hit club, I believe.
7th.
7th.
Yep, we are up to 7 in that exclusive area. That's a great career. And when you think about it, I think one of them, Diana Barufa, did it in 3 years.
Wow, that ball's in the. I thought it was going to get in the gap, Al.
Yep, got a little bit underneath that. You know, didn't quite hit it square. Got underneath it some, and that made it a little bit easier for the new left fielder Gabriel to get underneath it.
Yeah, there's a little bit of sun out there too. She put her hand up, and if that sun's out, that's probably not catchable.
Yeah, that's the tough side of the defensive area when the sun is out. But we've got some cloud cover today, just enough, nothing threatening weather-wise, but enough to dull down that sun a little bit. Time called by Howell before that pitch, so no count as of yet.
Coach Gradecki down on the outfield grass there.
Yeah, she's apparently a little concerned about the hard shots from the bat of Haley Howell here.
I believe that's what it is. That's
as
straight up.
deep as I've seen her get. Right side, that's the second baseman. Nope, calling her off is the right fielder. Going to double them up. Nicole caught herself a little bit too far off. I don't know if maybe she thought there was 2 outs on that play, but didn't quite get back in time. The right fielder able to finish that one off, and we will head to the top of the 4th. Bobcats still up 1-0. We'll be right back. Top of the fourth and top of the order for Augusta. Auburn Balcorda. Or no, it's Balcorda, right? I think it's it starts off with a ball type sound there, right? Balcorda. So Balcorda will dig in here for the first at bat of the top of the fourth. And she takes a ball, 1-0. Looks like we have our guests ready to go. All right, I'm gonna take the headset off, let Wendell take over here.
All right, Al, thank you. As count is change up off speed there. Got Christian Humphreys, who's going to get geared up here. Let's see, Christian, you get all situated. You're fine. Once you get situated, let me know. And have a seat there. And your dog, what's your dog's name?
This is Snicker.
Snicker.
Mm-hmm.
Ruben, ball's hit straight to Snyder. Oh, my goodness. Nice play by Sutton Long. Sutton's so athletic. Again, that was a base hit all day long, so nice job there of her getting over there. By the way, Christian, before we start, what was your sister Nicole thinking on that last play when she went too far, got doubled off? Do you know? Did you talk to her about that?
I didn't talk to her, but I'm sure she was, considering the fact that if she would have dropped it, then she would have gotten out at second.
Okay,
But she should have been closer to the back.
She got about a step too far
Yeah,
is what
a little
happened.
far.
Al and I were just talking about that. So first offering from Ruben is a ball to the hitter Lindsey Stokes. So, Christian, we're going to talk, and we'll keep you on the air between innings here to give everybody an update on your career and what's happening. Ball hit sharply to Long. Long fields it cleanly. And out number 2. So, Christian Humphreys, a 2015 graduate?
Yep.
Yes.
Got a shirt on today.
2015, and is now in her 3rd year of veterinary school at University of Georgia as the Jaguar batter is Carolyn Edwards, first base. That ball was well in the dirt there, hit about 40 feet and then rolled in. So year 3 of vet school, how many years are there? 4?
There's 4 total, and technically on May 5th, I'll be a 4th year.
Okay,
'Cause
fantastic.
That's when the other year graduates. So.
Okay, fantastic. So here comes Ruben, strike. So we're at 1-1 swinging. What the first 2 years are more classroom, I'm going to assume, and then now you're pretty much out in the field?
Yeah, now starting about 8 weeks ago, we started clinicals, so that's when we do 3 to 2 week rotations at different veterinary practices as well as at different parts of the veterinary teaching hospital.
Okay, and so where are you at currently? What are you doing right now? We're 2-1 Bobcats up 1-0, 2-1 count here, 2 outs as we try to get this batter. We're going to stick around with Christian here and talk in between innings and a little bit more hopefully. Ball comes inside now for a 3-1 count. Where are you at now? What are you doing? Are you in Athens or?
This is actually day 1 of my first vacation week.
Oh, okay.
I just came down from Arkansas to watch the game and to come to the banquet tonight.
Oh, wow. Yep. Kristen, who is talking about our athletic auction, so she'll be here tonight, and hopefully many of you listening will be there, and it's not too late to purchase a ticket. We're happy to take your credit card over the phone or just show up at the door. And in fact, your mom liked a table that my son made 2 years ago, and he has made another one tonight, so I'm curious to see if she is interested in this one tonight.
Okay.
So we'll see that.
Yeah,
we'll see
have
that
to
tonight.
check that out for sure.
She
Awesome.
said I want him to make one for me, and he never did. Did she go? Yes, she did. So Bobcats get out of that inning at 1-2-3 as well. So as we head to the bottom of the 4th, it's a 1-0 Bobcat lead as we will bat here at the bottom of the 4th. We'll stay right here talking to Christian Humphreys. So you're in Arkansas for how long?
I was in Arkansas for 2 weeks at a mixed animal practice up there.
Okay. And so then you'll what's your next assignment? Do you know where?
Yeah, my next one is actually practice management at UGA, and we go to different local veterinary practices and kind of assess how they run it and see how we could, be better.
Okay. All right. And then after that, like for the summer, do you have an assignment for the summer somewhere?
We keep doing rotations. We don't really get summer or winter vacation anymore.
Okay.
So after this next rotation, then I start large animal emergency care.
Okay.
And then after that, I have another externship.
Okay. And do you know where that's at?
Yes, that one's actually 45 minutes outside Athens, so
Okay.
I'm just going to commute for that.
Gotcha. Okay, good, good. Also, do you run into Rachel Pasco up there at all or not? You know, one of our cross-country runners who was a year behind you, I think.
I haven't seen
Okay,
her.
okay.
Yeah, do you know what she's doing?
No, I mean, I know she was in vet school the year. She was a year behind you. I don't know if y'all's classes mix over. You pretty much probably stay with your class, I'm guessing.
Yeah, especially once we get to third year, we're in a completely different building.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah.
So
So-
I'll have to look for her.
Yeah,
though. That's
yeah.
awesome.
How was, we had back-to-back years, two Georgia College student athletes getting into veterinary school, which, as I tell everyone, is hard to get into a medical school because there's so few of them. So how have you liked it? You enjoyed it?
Yeah, I'm not going to lie, anyone listening that wants to be a vet, it's hard. It is a tough first, 3 years, but it's definitely worth it.
So now, will year 4 primarily be you're pretty much in the field the entire time?
Yeah, the last fourth one.
Okay, all right, got you. As Hannah Coursey's up and has down to 0-1. I'm going to guess you haven't had a lot of time for intramural softball in vet school, have you?
I actually was able to do it first and second year, but not this year.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, good. Let's talk a little bit about. We're going to have a Humphreys in the lineup now for 8 consecutive years. That's a neat thing. Do you stay in touch with Christian? Are you able to, or Nicole? Are you able to watch the games on YouTube or what?
I have been able to watch some of them, not
Okay.
as many as I would have liked, but I've been, calling her after games when I can,
Right.
Everything like that, and I'm very proud of her. I'm really glad that she ended up coming here as well, and that she's been doing so well as of late.
Yeah, and she's 2 for 2 today, by the way. That was a 13 pitch at bat, the last one. That was she fouled off 7 consecutive balls as Hannah Coursey swings at a strike 3. So Bobcats down for the first 2, and now Caroline Snyder. I'm trying to think, Kristen, did you play with anyone on this team or not?
Holland and Hannah and
Okay,
Bailey and Shauna.
Okay, got you.
Yep.
Okay, and Jess, yeah.
But otherwise, there's a lot of new faces.
I couldn't remember. I was trying to piece together if you played with any of these folks. So yeah. But and then once you leave veterinary school after your 4th year, on that graduation, you're an official veterinarian, licensed veterinarian at that time. Is that how that works?
Yes, so in this fall, around November, we have to take what's called the NAVLE, which is like how you get your license.
Okay.
When you have to pass that to get a veterinary license.
Right.
And it's an 8 to 10 hour test. And if you
Okay.
pass that, then when I graduate in May, I would officially be a vet.
Okay. And then do you have, and you probably don't know, but plans to stay around the area, the state, Athens, go back to Columbus? Do you have any plans right now, or is that too far out?
Right now, I'm not really sure
Gotcha,
where
yeah,
I'm going to go.
yeah.
Some of my colleagues in my class know, but
Yeah.
most of them don't yet.
And nice change up there. So a full count for Snyder. Believe we got. Do we have 2 outs out? Just one. Okay. All right. I thought I got ahead. I was talking to Chris. I apologize over there. Nice piece of hitting there by Snyder. I believe
a
that's
great hit.
2 for 2 for the day for Carolina as well. And also, what area of practice do you enjoy the most? Large animal, small animal, or does it matter, or what?
I actually am mixed animal because I, because I love doing small animal and mostly horses, but also kind of goats and sheep as well.
Okay.
So I kind of want to do it all almost.
So, is there in vet school, much like in medical school, you may have a specialist? Are you just going to be a general vet, or are you going to specialize in an area?
I think I'm going to be a general practitioner.
That ball was really hit in no man's land. Bush is safe. That's a nice hit there. Snyder runs to third. So Bobcats now at second and third with who's up now? Lindley Bruce. Okay. All right. So go ahead, Kristen.
I'm not sure. I may want to specialize maybe after I've been out a couple years.
Okay.
And if I do that, I'd probably want to do surgery.
Okay. Gotcha.
But I might just stick with general practice because I
Okay.
do want to open my own practice one day.
Okay. Gotcha. Gotcha. Good. Do you keep up with Bobcat softball? I'm sure you do with your sister. How about any of your teammates? Have you been able to stay in touch with any of them at all? Do y'all?
I
Or
talk
not?
to them occasionally. Not a ton. I haven't seen anyone really lately, but Carly Lewis's wedding is coming up soon,
Okay.
and I was gonna try to go, but unfortunately I have to stay for clinics.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I was hoping to see everyone there.
We saw Kristen Brooks was here last week.
Oh, awesome.
I'm trying to think. Was Kristen? Were you a year or two years ahead of that group?
I was a year.
Kristen was here last week with her baby.
Oh.
2-1 count to Lindley Bruce. One out, runner on second and third. Abby Leroy was here not too long ago. She's in nursing school. Marissa was here not too long ago. So, in fact, I want to say Carly was here. I could be wrong. But at any rate, that was a lot of fun, and I give you a great deal of credit for really helping set the stage for the success that we continue to enjoy. I say it every time I'm on the air. When your sister bats, I always refer to you.
Oh, well,
and
thank you.
and just about nice change up right there. Oh my goodness, boy, that was nice. So Augusta out of a jam, now hoping to get the last out with Sutton Long, runner at second and third. Bobcats hoping to push 2 more runs across, up 1-0. Christian, your effort in practice and game was as good as I've ever seen of any athlete. Sutton hits that ball right at the right fielder, so we'll stay right here and finish our conversation with Christian Brooks. Bobcats up 1-0 as we head to the top of the fifth, but your effort in game, practice, everything you did was always 100%. As good as I've seen, and I've been in this business for almost 30 years now, as good as I've ever seen. So
Well,
that's
thank
it.
you.
And I know
that
you.
really means a lot.
Well, I know you take that to everything you do in your schoolwork, and that's why you're successful in life. And people like you have what I call a license to print money because you're going to be successful. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
So
thank you very
yeah.
much, Mr. Wendell.
we've enjoyed that so much, and just great having you here today. I'll let you get back with your mom, and looking
yeah.
forward to seeing you tonight. And
Thanks
thank
for
you.
having me on the air.
Great. Thank you, Kristen.
Thank you.
All right, Kristen Humphrey's joining us today, and we're going to take a break and reset the action here as we move to the top of the fifth on the Bobcat Broadcast Network. Okay, Al Weston, back to action, and thank you, Kristen Humphreys, for joining us. And again, we'll see her and hopefully you at the auction tonight.
I was telling Sam, it's like a real professional broadcast. You know, you bring up the old players. And, and you talk for a couple innings. You know, it's like Chipper Jones is up in the booth.
That's right.
You know, hey, what's going on?
That's right.
And, all that kind of stuff. Well, back in my day, and so that's what you had. That was nice. It was very professional. I liked it.
So, Ruben, at a 3-0 count, we had a little bit of confusion there.
We did actually sub in Becca Mead. So
Okay.
I believe that means that she has now been burnt as a pitcher. So we subbed her in and then took her out right away, re-entered Ruben back in there. So I think, if I'm not mistaken, then that means that Mead is done for this game.
Day. Okay. So in a leadoff walk, which I believe is the second walk for the day, the other one being the first pitch of the game. I think we hit the batter. But Bobcats up 1-0, 6 hits. We've not been able to. We've had second and third, I believe, twice, and have not sent anyone home.
Yeah, still looking for that big clutch one.
Yeah.
Kind of push that boulder downhill a little bit.
Trying to look, as I look at the baseball score, we're up 3-1, it looks like.
We got anything on men's tennis against Columbus? They finish up yet?
We're down 2-1 after doubles. That's all I've got so far.
Gotcha. Hey, mentioned it in the first game. Want to say it again, too. Hello to Amber Coy's family, watching them up in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. Got Poppy and the Kernler family up there in Oshkosh. And, yes, it is mid-70s down here with 0 snow, as opposed to, I'm sure you have the same thing up in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. I lived in upstate New York. I know kind of what you're dealing with, and came down here 10 years ago, will not go back up. This one is a bunt to third. Had a shot at her, I think, at second base, did Lindley Bruce, but checked herself and threw over to Sutton Long covering first for the sacrifice bunt.
Thought about going to second. Again, good place and a good arm by Bruce, and a very accurate arm.
Had Coy, I think it was Coy. Yeah, it was Coy on second base, ready to receive that throw, and I think it would have been close, but I think they would have had the force there. But hey, get the sure out. You still got a lot of softball left to go here, 3 innings. So
tying run there, right back to Bruce. She looks at her back and goes to first. So the tying run on second base. Bruce handles both of the outs so far this inning. So Bobcats in a good spot here now with to get one more out, but a base hit probably ties this thing up. So got to get through the batter number 17. I believe is his center fielder. That is
Greenstein.
Marnie Greenstein.
Yeah, Marnie Greenstein. One of these transfers, I believe, for Augusta. Got a couple from perimeter. And this one is, though, from the great Florida program, Florida State College at Jacksonville. She is in her second year, probably, I would assume, as a Jaguar.
As most of our rosters in the USG system, dominated by Georgia residents. The Bobcat roster, I believe, is completely Georgia, and I believe I see 1, 2. We have an Aurora, Colorado. There was another Colorado resident a couple years ago. Wonder if that's a family member as well.
Could be.
1-1, Ruben trying to work out of this inning. Nice pitch there.
Yeah, got her behind on that swing. Couldn't catch up to the outside pitch, and it's 1-2 now. Big hello to Taylor Lamb, the communications guy for the athletic department at Augusta. He's a Georgia College alum, is Taylor. So if he's listening now, he's probably working the baseball game at North Homestead. Slow roller down the third base line, and Bruce makes the call there. It's the correct one.
Yeah.
To see if maybe it might find a clod of dirt and take a 90-degree turn, but it never did. Wouldn't have much shot at trying to get Greenstein over at first base. So now it's first and third with 2 down, and that was the first hit of the ball game. First hit given up by Danielle Rubin. She goes a no-hitter for 4 2/3.
Now Al Fernandez up part of the Elbert County connection.
Okay, so we're going to re-enter the left fielder, Bella Fernandez. This is actually the starter. They brought in a defensive replacement, so Fernandez will check back in. Take it for a second.
Yes, sir, I got you here. So Fernandez at the plate now. Ruben with runners at the corners with 2 outs. Bobcats trying to keep that 1-0 lead. Foul ball in between the third base coaching box and the third base for an 0-1 start. So not concerned about the runner here on first, more concerned about the runner 60 feet away that could tie this game up. So Bobcats in the most difficult position yet defensively. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness.
Okay, folks, I'm not sure if all that came through on the camera. Looked to me like we had a first and third steal situation. The runner, Greenstein, over at first, wanted to get caught in a pickle and allow that run to potentially score. Howell bluffed a throw to second and then quick to snap one to third base and caught the runner off third base by just a hair for the final out. Crazy spot there, but it finishes the top of the fifth in a sticky situation for the Cats. Going to hang on to our 1-0 lead.
Wow.
Bottom half of the fifth inning, Amber Coy, top of the order to lead things off for Georgia College. A 1-0 lead here and a first pitch strike. Great job by the reliever Brown. Came in the first inning. There was a walk and then a 2-1 count for the second batter, and then the hook came and brought in this reliever, and she has done a solid job, giving up 6 hits over her 4 frames, but just the 1 run. And now she's battling at a 2-1 count for Amber Coy.
She has done a good job. I really like her changeup, and has gotten out of jams, gotten people to fly out.
Sent to short, it hops up kind of funny on the shortstop Balcorda there, and she's able to stick with it and make the out. That was not an easy play.
No, it wasn't. You're right. It did. It really hopped up quickly, and she made a nice play out of it.
Yeah, I think I hit it a divot or something out there in the dirt. You see the patterns of where all the feet are over the course of a ball game as we're into the bottom of the fifth here. That's a lot of divots out there. Nicole Humphreys at the plate, thinks about a bunt, pulls it back, and then eventually does try and poke at it for strike number 1.
Al, we had the 13-pitch at-bat last time with Humphreys, and let's see what we got here.
That pitch a little bit too far outside for the sophomore's liking.
Great talking to Kristen there. And
so that's a 4-year program at the veterinary school. Huh?
Yeah, and she was just in Arkansas, she was saying.
What was she doing out there?
I guess they have these, they go out for a few weeks in different spots and kind of check everything out.
Kind of thing.
I think they pretty much get involved. And but she is an all-star, one of the hardest workers I've ever seen. Oh, my goodness.
Pitch lined right back at the pitcher. She fields her position well for out number 2.
Mm.
Hit it right on the screws, but unfortunately right at Hunter there in the ring.
Yeah, we got a 1-0 game.
Got a wave from somebody down there. I don't know if you saw that. Hello to whatever family that is at home. We had a couple of fans stand up and give a quick wave back to the camera.
Yes.
So hope that came across. Backhand snag there at second base. Norfleet covered some ground and then a snag at it, and they look a lot better defensively here in game number 2. Had 4 errors in the first one, and coming up aces on that one. That was a great play.
Yeah, we've it's a very clean game. Only 7 hits. Now we have 6 of them. Has only been able to push 1 run across. But again, the pitching for Augusta has been great. Pitching for us has been great. It's game's really flying by.
Wendell.
As I say that, I apologize. I apologize.
How long have you been working in college athletics? Oh, Wendell.
Oh, we are destined for another 4 hours right now. Then.
Oh man,
we're just looking so good.
I have a thing. I gotta get my daughter too.
Well, you're gonna
Go
get
ahead
there
and pull that on me. Oh,
you're gonna get there, but unfortunately, the game's probably gonna be going still.
All right. Well, I will get out the bat and beat Wendell mercilessly while we take a brief break. We'll be right back. Okay, we're quickly back to action here in the top of the 6th. Bella Fernandez was at the plate when that pickoff came, so she'll start off this 6th here. Again, not a pinch hit opportunity. Fernandez was the starter in left field, so it's technically just a re-enter for her. And Fernandez gets back in there. The freshman from Elberton, Georgia, and Elbert County High School. Elberton, that's out west a little bit, right?
No, that's east. That's Sarah Fuller country.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I saw her talking to some Elberton folks there before the game. I was telling her, remember Emmanuel had 2 or 3 folks from Elberton, and she knew them both, of course.
You mentioned Emmanuel, and I want to mention this. I got a letter the other day from one of the fans of their basketball team.
Mm-hmm.
We played them, had a tournament with the Lions earlier this year, and there's a 1-0 comes inside, going to be skied to the left side. And Snyder will grab that one easily for out number 1. So the letter went on to explain that they arrived late to the ball game and found one of the doors open at the Centennial Center on the lower level.
Right.
Forgot about getting up to the front entrance and buying tickets.
Right.
So there's a $20 bill in there as well.
Wow.
How about that?
How about that?
Just quality human beings. They said they had
First class.
a nice gym, and hopefully Emmanuel will come play at Georgia College again. They really enjoyed their time in Milledgeville.
That's awesome.
So I got to give you that $20. We can add that to the old ticket hopper, I guess.
That's awesome, Al.
Good
and
stuff.
Certainly appreciate that, and great story. And I believe we play in a classic up there with Emmanuel a time or two, I believe. Something.
Yep, it's that preseason
something.
crossover thing. And I tell you, if we do go up there, I'm going to see if I can find a door that's open and I can sneak in without having to pay.
As long as you send $20 a little bit later, that's awesome.
Absolutely not.
That is awesome.
Not this guy. That one's fouled off the foot there. This is Norfleet, the second baseman, ended that bottom half of the 5th with that great backhand snag there at second base, and she's got a 1-2 count here.
Now Bobcat baseball up 4-1 now.
Very nice. Got 11-2 victory yesterday, so looking for a series victory with the win today.
In the top of the 6th, 1 out, runners at the corners.
Time called at the plate.
Meanwhile, here we're 1-2 as in the top of the 6th with 1 out, no runners on base. Still waiting have not had an update on tennis.
Rocking a 1-2. I think that was Snickers down there making a little bit of noise. It's 2-2 now. Was it Snickers? That was right.
I think
right?
so.
Okay.
Yes.
Ruben in the circle. Rocks and fires and comes inside, fouls it off.
Yeah, all I've got is men down 2-1 after doubles. So
I got to imagine we probably have some singles results by now.
probably getting close, I would think. single score or double scores. We lost 8-1. We lost
2-2
8.
off the very end of the bat and foul.
Lost at 1 and 2, 1 at 3, 8-6, 8-5, 8-6, and 8-1. So 2 of them are highly contested.
Ruben exhales a bit, spins the ball in her mitt, and fires a 2-2, another foul ball. 3 straight fouls and 5 total in the at-bat for Norfleet. So big day in Bobcat Nation. Got a couple of Peach Belt Conference semifinals in tennis. You got this out on West Campus. You got some baseball, and then you got the big auction tonight. Swung on and sky to the right side. That's Nicole Humphreys getting underneath it, no problem there.
I asked Kristen, I said, what was Nicole thinking on that? She said she just got a step too far, because it was in between, thinking she may drop it. So got a little bit too far on that play about 3 innings ago.
Well, if it drops,
yeah, she's going to get thrown out in second. Yeah.
So you got a tough spot there.
Yeah, it's almost the infield fly rule, really.
Very close.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just a couple of feet into the outfield. Balcorta steps in and fouls a pitch off. Looks like the Jaguars are really having trouble lining up Ruben. I haven't really hit anything solid today. And,
no, you're right.
And a lot of foul balls as well. Ones like that where they barely get a piece of the softball.
You got a total pitch and strike count here, Al, on Ruben?
Actually, no, we don't.
Okay, do not. Okay.
The stat program got a little goofed when we put Meade in there so briefly. It's pretending that she is still in the ball game, but also not. It's it's a little screwy. I can't tell you.
No problem. No problem. It's a long explanation. A no would have sufficed, I guess. So.
Yeah, well, I just didn't want the folks at home to be like, well, he's just being insubordinate. This is his boss. Why does he treat him that way? But I thought it was worth a little bit of explanation.
1 and 2. Ruben trying to get to third strike, get out of this inning. The Bobcats can add to that 1-0 lead.
Here comes that 1-2 pitch. It's off the end of the bat. Right side. Might be fair territory. I think it was gloved in fair territory there by Nicole Humphreys for out number 3. Again, didn't really hit it square, just kind of got it sort of toward the end of the bat, and it hangs up there long enough for Humphreys to get it for the final out. So, Bobcats are 3 outs away from a doubleheader sweep. Let's see if maybe we can get a little bit of insurance, a little Andy Cowart State Farm Insurance here in the bottom of the 6th. We got to get an insurance sponsor.
Yes.
I just know Andy, so that's why we said that. See if you can find me an insurance sponsor.
Yes.
There, we'll do that. We'll come back with hopefully some more Bobcat runs in a little bit. We'll be right back. All right, so for the Bobcats, it's going to be 4, 5, 6 coming up. I think it's Howell and Corsi and then Snyder. Does that sound right? Look at me, I'm good. Haley Howell, a little bit out in front of that changeup.
Well, yeah, she's got a good changeup.
She probably could have swung twice at that one. Haley pulling the trigger, trying to make something happen, get that second run on the board. That one outside, and it's 1-1. Rochelle, Georgia, I believe, for Haley. Is that right? Sounds about right.
Rochelle. I believe that was a movie on Seinfeld.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Yes, it was. Wilcox County High grad. And that's off the end of the bat, foul back to the fence.
Here's our Saturday fun fact.
Talk to me.
all but 4 Bobcat teams playing today are in the top 25.
There you go.
How about that?
There you go. Top 25.
I got that right here on our Twitter from Sam Jones.
All right, so we got 3 25s and 13.
Yeah, 8 in one poll. And
Get up as high as 4.
yeah, I saw. I think maybe even 3 or something like that.
Yeah,
But we're
yeah,
close
they're
to it.
up
Yeah,
there. They're up there.
yeah,
But,
yeah. We're not moved. We're actually moved down in the one poll.
I mean, that seems to be the most widely recognized one, and that I've seen is the Rawlings Collegiate Baseball newspaper poll. So that's the one that we use, publicly. The other ones, I mean, heck, the one that we're number 8 in. I vote on the region one, so that tells you how important that one is.
I mean, it's just very important.
Oh, okay, all right.
A little self-deprecating humor by Al Weston. I like it.
Oh, boy. So we got Howell at the dish, a 2-2 count. Again, not to be confused with Haley Holloway, Bobcat softball alum.
Okay.
Who was married to one of the Beckhams here in town and a member of the Eatonton Police Force, I believe.
Okay.
Played 2 years for GC.
Her name was Haley Holloway?
Yep, Haley Holloway, not Haley Howell.
Wow.
Nice,
How about
huh?
that? Yeah.
Also not to be confused with Haley Burnett.
There we
who was,
go.
Another slugger for us.
Yes.
Back in Jamie's early years. 2-2 pitch. And speaking of slugs, that is gone.
Yeah.
Get up out of here, Haley Howell.
That was immediate, Al. Top of the, almost went over the netting.
Well, one swing of the bat, and you double your lead. It's 2-0 Bobcats. Wow. Got a good chunk of that one, did Haley Howell. And Haley now has 2 home runs on the year, 24 RBI on the season. How about that? Jumped all over that pitch, Wendell. She knew what she was getting and where it was.
Yeah.
And just lifted it up off the top of our safety netting out there in left center.
Gives us an insurance run heading into the 7th. Still
That's
would.
a big run.
Yes, it is.
Check swing here for Hannah Corsi, and she fouls one off. Hannah, a academic All-American a year ago. Going to be a valedictorian this year. And looks at one inside. Going to be 1-1. Had some folks here from University of Communications. They're going to do a little video package on the Corsi's graduating this year.
Also, here doing it as she attempts to bunt their fouls it back, doing a video on our all-star producer back there running the TriCaster today. Can you tell us about Connor?
Yeah, Connor King pushing the buttons back there, and Connor the Mass Comm major. And para-climbing, was it runner-up in the world there, Connor? Third place. Bronze medalist in the para-climbing championships. You went to Paris for that, didn't you, buddy? Yeah, Paris, France. That's cool. Connor, one of the outstanding students that works for us, got a bunch of them. And he's just one of many great stories. There's a big cut and a miss. And Hannah goes down on strikes. That's out number 1, brings up Caroline Snyder.
Our hits have been very spotty today. Again, we just haven't been able to have that, 3-4 run inning that we normally get.
Yeah, can't get the hits and bunches that we are apt to do from time to time. And Snyder takes a look at one outside. I believe they're 1-0.
Baseball now up 5-1 as they're into the bottom of the 6th.
Speaking of hits and bunches, this one lifted to left field. That is the new left fielder there, Fernandez. The new old left fielder, I guess. That's how the softball reentry rules. 2 down. And base is empty for Jolie Bush.
Bush maybe 2 for 2 today, Al?
I want to say so. Got the RBI for the first run of the ball game. Snagged a single. Tagged it right back up the middle.
Yeah, and then had the little blooper there that got caught in between the right fielder and second base.
Yeah, 2 for 2. Couple of single and a double there.
Yeah.
And this one lifted to the right side. That's going to hang up there long enough for the defense to get underneath. And that is the right fielder, Greenstein, to grab that one for out number 3. Okay, so, folks, we will go to the top of the 7th. Georgia College up 2-0 and 3 outs away from a doubleheader sweep of Augusta University. So, we'll be right back with that action in just a moment. We roll on to the top of the 7th. Bobcats up 2-0. 2 runs on 7 hits, no errors. And Augusta, no runs, 1 hit, no errors. It is 2-3-4, I believe, for Augusta coming up here. Lots of seniors at the top of this order. We talked about that in ball game number 1. Got Lindsey Stokes, the center fielder, to lead things off. She takes a look at one outside.
A little update on some conference action, Al. Flagler in game 1 beats Georgia Southwestern. Columbus beats Francis Marion. Pembroke non-conference loses.
1-0 is ripped through the right side. That's a leadoff single. Good piece of hit in there. Now it kicks away from the first baseman. Not far enough, though, for the advance. Good
backup there by our catcher, Haley Howell. And North Georgia all over Aiken, 17-2. North Georgia 48-2, Al. 48-2, but if we can sweep here, we will remain 1 game out of second, or out of first, and we go to North Georgia on Wednesday. I believe we've beaten them the last 3 times we played them. We swept them here, and then if you remember, we won the back half of that ESPN doubleheader, first national broadcast Division II softball game. Bobcats were a part of that.
Yanked foul here by Carolyn Edwards. Nobody out here. Probably not going to think about a bunt with your best hitter at the plate. Edwards came into the doubleheader with a .331 average and 15 doubles. My goodness, that's a lot of doubles.
Yes, it is.
Give you a comparison point, Caitlin Davis is our leader with 10. That's 5 more, if my math is correct.
You are correct, sir.
Okay, all right, good.
Yes.
Low and inside for Edwards. Long frame in that right-hand batter's box. I could see, a big long swing could get some pretty good torque going on an impact on a pitch.
Yeah, so the tying run at the plate. So, again.
Dangerous spot here. We go through the tough part of the Augusta order here. I think this is 3 now with the cleanup hitter on deck. That's hit well to left. Going to hang up there, though. Got a little bit underneath it. Corsi battling the sun and grabbing that one for the first out. I think she just missed that pitch, Wendell.
Yes, that ball was, my goodness. And then let's give Corsi a great job. She got up under it, had her glove. You could tell the sun was there, but got up under it. So our batter here, Al, what has she done today?
This is the catcher, Boyd. Not exactly sure here.
0 for 3 in game 1.
And she takes a look at one low there.
It's got to be 0 for something, because I don't recall her getting a hit, the other lone hit. So
0 for 1. She reached on a walk.
Yeah. So again, tying run at the plate, 1 out. Bobcats up 2-0 here in the top of the 7th. Looking to close this out as Rubin gets behind on the count, 2-0. Probably going to take here.
Still have that tying run at the plate. Go-ahead run is on deck here. And Rubin spins and fires a 2-0 pitch. Came inside, almost hit her. Almost hit her, but it's a 3-0 count now. And with your cleanup hitter at the dish here in Boyd, do you let her loose on a 3-0?
I'm going to say
I know you would.
Yeah, I definitely would.
We'll see what happens here. Taken all the way, and a called strike right down the gut. So Boyd will come back here on a 3-1 pitch. Hitters count for a tough hitter here for the Jaguars.
We need one of those double plays we got in the first game right now, Al.
Do we ever? A little wave of the bat for Boyd. Rubin spins it in the glove and now brings a 3-1. Came low and inside and missed for ball 4. Ah, boy.
Okay, Al, we're getting a little tricky here.
Yeah, tying run is now on the base paths. Go-ahead run now at the plate in the form of the designated player. What was her name again? Kendall Connor.
I'm sorry,
that's
I've
right.
got your roster over
Senior
here.
Senior from Grovetown.
I apologize.
Connor, no, you're fine. I got it here. Connor, 2 home runs in her season. She's just 0 for 1 in this ball game. Must have a sacrifice bunt or something like that if she's only got 1 official at bat thus far here in game 2. So, again, tying run is on first base. 1 down here in the 7th. And the first pitch nabs the inside corner. Good pitcher's pitch there. Not much Connor could have done with that.
Really was. That ball had a little movement on it too, Al. My goodness.
Curious what you do here, Wendell. If things continue to be difficult, do you maybe bring in a reliever? Still got Kayla Price to work with. Swung on and skied right up the silo. This might not reach the outfield grass. Yes, it will, but it's Sutton Long getting underneath it, and that was a big out, folks.
Huge. And Al, I got to tell you, that's the third time Sutton has gone over there and made a play that really nobody else could get to.
Yep, on the third base side of second in the outfield. I mean, she's covering a lot of ground there and has to because Coy was playing to pull as well.
Yeah.
So 2 down now, and the Jags are down to their last out. It's Hausman digging in here. Lydia Hausman, she's got a couple of home runs on her season as well.
Had a hit in game 1.
Takes a strike there. 0 for 2 here in the second ball game. And we're hoping we get an 0 for 3. Tough spot here. Rubin battling. Here comes the 0-1. In on the fist. And now the Jags are down to their last out.
Last strike.
Yeah, that too.
Yes.
That's what I meant to say.
If we get out of here, Reuben got us out of his jam last week. This is a good, she's really steadily come on as this year's gone. And this, if we can finish this is a major confidence builder as well to go complete game shutout and get yourself out of a great jam here in the 7th. Let's see what we got, Al.
Rocking the 0-2 pitch off the very end of the bat. Staying alive is Hausman.
Yeah, went outside, maybe went inside a little bit further than she wanted to, but that was probably strike 3, so she swung at it, and she kind of gave her the my bad, like I think she may have missed the location there. So let's see what we do here. We're probably going to go way outside again.
Yeah, you want to miss here on the 0-2. Try and get away with something. Caught a little bit too much of the plate. Sky to the left side. Oh, look at that. First baseman Jolie Bush over there with a basket catch as she was going into the on-deck circle. And that will complete the ball game. 2 runs, 7 hits, no errors for the Bobcats, no runs, 2 hits, no errors for Augusta. And the Bobcats pick up a 2-0 victory. Georgia College improves to 33-11 and 14-2 in Peach Belt Conference play. And for the Jaguars, 17-33 and 8-12 now on the year. Jaguars probably don't lose much positioning, though, as they were a couple of ball games, it looks like, ahead of Lander and Flagler. We'll see how the postseason stuff fleshes out. But Georgia College picks up a doubleheader sweep. The win will go to Danielle Rubin as she goes to a complete game effort, improves to 2-0. The loss belongs to the reliever for that's Morgan Hunter. She falls to 10-17. All right, so Zaxby's player of the game. Let's give it to Danielle Rubin. And Cats tossed 2 shutouts on the day. And this one was a 2-hitter. The first one was a 3-hitter. That's a pretty good effort for our Bobcats. Had that no-hitter, I believe, to 4 2/3 for Rubin here in Game 2. All right, so that's your Zaxby's player of the game. If you're thinking broadcast, what's coming up next here? We got the next Bobcat broadcast is going to be Wednesday baseball against Clark Atlanta. So that'll be over here behind us at John Field. If you're looking for a softball game, that's a week from today. Against Columbus State Senior Day. It's the final home game of the year at 2 p.m. against the Cougars. Should be a good one there. Wendell, any final thoughts from you, buddy?
Great day. Again, 2 shutouts and 5 hits spread over 2 games. Fantastic. So Bobcats